You might know him from the chat, but this week you're going to know him from Battered Bison, the big tournament coming out of Winnipeg. What's up, Beefy?
Hello, hello. Good to see you all. And like Carson.
Oh, oh my.
Ooh, more ASMR.
Like,
We're going to get 3 for 3? I wonder.
and then we've
I
got...
see him looking around for something.
to open. Yeah. He like just wrenches open his channel changer or something like that. We got another special guest. We got Mike, also from Winnipeg. Yeah. Anyway, how's it going, Mike?
It's going good.
You can tell we did not plan this out. So we're gonna get. So we do have a bunch of faction focuses that came out. Foci? I don't know. But we're probably going to spend most of our time on the what's it called? The tournament itself. You know, going over lists and whatnot. But first, there is a rumor engine, a skull in a box. What are your guys' takes?
Skull in a box.
Did anyone else just think of dick in a box?
I don't think so, but
Sorry, Justin Timberlake just popped in my head. Sorry.
It's a skull. It's in a box. It's 40K. Next.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Carson has like something up his sleeve, but I don't know.
It is actually still 40K, I think. But basically, like, there's some old model from, I think, some Inquisitor box or something like that somebody linked on the Reddit.
Okay.
And if you crunch sideways now.
Okay, we're good.
I'm back.
We're good. But it's like some Inquisitor who is like carrying around a skull in a box, and if you want to show what that model is, you can look. It's like literally the exact same. Like, it's a skull in the same style box. It's got the metal bar across its forehead. It's identical. So,
and what is he?
Whatever, I don't know. Whatever that thing is, this is what that is. Like 100%.
He's even got like a glove, like we can't tell. Oh, it is like I think it is a fingerless glove.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Huh.
So it's a remake of whatever the hell that is, and it's 40K, so therefore we don't care.
That's true.
So moving right along.
Okay. So today we did get the Caratron Overlords faction focus. I haven't heard anyone talk about it at all, and I also didn't have time to read the rules.
One good thing.
Okay.
One good thing. Instead of jumping in the ships now, they just taxi around instead of doing the motorhome. So you just jump on the ship, move the ship, pop out of the ship. So you never can garrison a ship.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's basically like the new sub faction, like with all the Gruntstalks and the Thunderers and like the Dawnbringers, how like everyone just hitches a ride now.
Yeah, it's exactly taxi instead of motorhome.
Gotcha.
So that seems like a good change, right?
Yep.
Well, it takes all the like weirdness out of denying them, like, or like, you know, like, do they count those objectives? Are they garrisoning? Like all that funky stuff that they kind of go through with like trying to jump in and out. This is just whatever they're on the board now.
Well, I was trying to think of like the tertiary consequences of it. Like, obviously you can't surround them and stop them from deploying just by killing the boat and surrounding them. But like, you know, I guess it's hopefully a quality of life change for everyone. You know.
Yeah, and as Bahamut said in the chat, there's no 6-inch aura around the ship of -1 to hit.
And shooting only.
Oh, is it shooting only?
Only shooting.
Okay. So it's kind of
a look up
cover.
Yeah.
So you want to high five them, not blow kisses.
Right.
Huh.
I like that.
And I guess like if you destroy the ship, then the aura goes away as well. So there's a little bit of play there. Huh.
Yep.
Interesting. Welcome everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Got some new faces and also some other regulars, so appreciate you guys. Okay, and then there was also, they showed the War Scroll for what's his name, the Griffstalker guy.
Rock. Oh, Griffstalker, the visual.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he looks cool.
He looks cool. What do you think about like? So I don't think I've seen him without his helmet before.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
No, because he's like the big like dirigible wearing suit guy, right? Is that the one?
we're talking about the Stormcast guy. He's the guy swinging his axe.
In the starter.
Yeah, he's got like a sassy axe swing to the side.
Yes, that guy.
But we only saw him with his helmet on before, I think, and now he's rocking the Carson look, but without the mustache. So huge mistake. You got to have the mustache.
Otherwise, one is just bald.
The only question I have though is the box is push fit, so then that's the variant that comes solo, not in the starter box. Because most push fits don't have a headpiece.
Do we know that it's push fit though? Because there's a couple.
That's not true.
There has been a few exceptions to that, yeah.
Yeah, like all the ones from the original Slaves to Darkness that were push fit Chaos Warriors when the first line came out, they all had push fit heads, and they could interchange.
Okay,
it's just a peg, or sometimes they're like those like funny pegs.
Yeah,
that kind of like set into like the back. Yeah,
I like that Mike is holding his X-Acto knife up to the screen threateningly. I
believe that's
whoa, guy.
That's called brandishing.
Yeah.
I will do my best to keep it PG, but I just can't make that promise. So you just mute me if you need to. I'll try and not get fired up.
So
yeah, we'll just try and get past it as far as possible, ideally. I actually mostly do it. Okay, fair enough. We've been warned. They were not featured in any of the previews. I mostly just do it and you guys may or may not know this, but I mostly just do it because I was, in a small apartment before and my kid was running around and sometimes my wife was there and I'd watch podcasts and I couldn't watch Honest Wargamer or whatever because every second word was the F word. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So I actually just do it mostly for the people out there that just, need a little bit more of a safe for work environment. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But it does help with our algorithmic stuff as well. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, anyway. He looks cool. We got his War Scroll. He's got a 12-inch move, 8 health. Did we see this before? They popped it up.
I don't know if we necessarily
the Spearhead
saw it.
version.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Good call. Okay. So he's got a 12-inch move, 8 health, 3 up save, 2 control, 5 attacks with his big axe, 3s, 2 rend, 2 damage, and then 3 attacks on the Stalker, 4s, 3s, 1 rend, and 2 damage. And then he's got a Ruination Chamber. It says, once per turn, reaction, this unit was picked as the target of a non-core ability. Make a resistance roll of a d6 on a 4-up. That ability has no effect. And then Deliverer's Judgment, pick a friendly non-hero Ruination unit wholly within 12 inches. That unit can use 2 fight abilities this phase. After the first is used, however, that unit has the strike last for the rest of the turn. So that's interesting. What do you guys think? Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
the first thing that kind of comes to mind actually is it sounds like you're going to get units that might have more than 1 fight ability, but that doesn't necessarily mean you get to use them all.
Well, yeah, anything that's oh, I see what you're saying. You mean aside from the fact that general commands you can't use more than 2 in a phase. Oh yeah, because it's fight ability. It's not like a it's not
like a command. It's
interesting.
Like if you have something that's turn on, I don't know, proc mortals on a 6 or something. But if you have something else that's maybe a different offense or whatever, just a different fight phase ability, I guess that's kind of a foreshadowing that we'll probably only get to use 1 at a time on units.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's an interesting point. And it doesn't have this thing doesn't it looks like it should fly, but it doesn't have the fly keyword. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
No, they were always weird those because that's the Speedy Griffin thing that didn't they just get?
It's not a Grift
Hound. They just get legended too?
It's more of a bird.
Yeah.
They
had those in the. They just got legended. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're thinking of the
cats.
Griffs. Wait, what were they called?
It's kind of like the Chariot. It's the Griff Charger.
Yeah,
kind of like a hybrid of that.
The ones that the Dracolines were in. They're definitely sacrosanct and they definitely got squatted. But I think you're thinking of the Grift guys that could ride the winds etheric and like teleport. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like the speedy version of
That's
like
true.
Monstrous Cavalry.
That's true. They were like basically teleporting, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because you could just like pick them up and deep strike them every time instead of moving or something like that.
Yeah,
like, crazy. Maybe
they get something like that. Anyway, moving right along. We got the Nighthaunt faction preview. I didn't get a chance to look it through this either. It was
The deal there is that the Nighthaunt, it's pretty interesting. It got separated into like. It doesn't require like a specific dice roll on the charge anymore. It's kind of more like what the unit is that charged.
Oh, that's cool. That's way better.
So,
and you can only proc one at a time.
Yes, exactly.
Well, then
so you can stack all of the buffs on like one unit, but you can't spread the same buff across like a whole bunch of different units if you rolled like 7 7s for.
And that was like that was kind of what you were trying to do before.
Yeah, like you're just fishing for 12s.
Yeah,
or
like I mean, if you get 12s, then you could choose whatever was below it. But typically, you wanted to like charge in a bunch of heroes or a bunch of small units, tag one thing that was like hard to kill, like Kragnos, for example. I may or may not have done this in a battle report. And then, I may or may not have had someone at like -4 or 5 to their save before I even swing, and fight last on them. It was pretty good. But yeah, I believe they can charge in combat now. That's so
that
good.
Makes there's some interesting mobility.
No,
they're just going to be really slippery in general.
Yeah, they're ghosts, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's pretty cool. I like that they managed to kind of capture that purely with index rules. So with less real estate, they managed to make something like almost cooler, in my opinion.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
And like I like the idea of not having an entire army be able to like retreat in charge, because it sounds like that's gone from them. But like at least they're not going to take damage from retreating because ghosts.
Yeah, and like we never seen anything that could charge in combat before, and so we might not even be aware.
Yeah.
By the way, I just realized that Chris, and thanks for joining us, Chris. Maybe one of our earliest subscribers, literally on the channel, like one of our first like 10 subscribers, probably. He said, and I just wasn't paying attention to the chat because I'm not used to it moving quite so fast. But yeah. So, I mean, that's really cool, and I hope that my son actually plays this army. And so that's, I'm hoping that they're like really, what's the word? Yeah. I want them to be attractive to play. You know what I mean? That'd be fun. Cool. And then we did get the Gits preview. Like the day after, I think, our last podcast or something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for them,
Thursday,
like they were probably one of the more underwhelming ones, but I find it interesting that they got the -1 to hit spells and unlimited spells. So they can be stacking that. And it also doesn't say within range of anyone that has casted the spell. So it seems like you can kind of like overlap the bubbles a little bit.
It does.
So you can create like essentially like a all-out attack proof bubble to just kind of walk around as a castle, which is kind of neat. It's not really how Gits normally plays, but it's
it's like a fun layer of like, it's kind of like the same way that Slaanesh gets defense. It's like instead of getting just armor or like wound negation, it's just things like weird minuses or like in that kind of sense. I dig it.
I think it's cool. My only complaint is that it's wholly within. I think that's a bad quality of life change. For everyone. No, for everyone. For everyone. Because it's just like just taking the time to measure wholly within is so much more of a pain in the ass than like just within. You can get the ruler down near the table when you're doing that, but like when you're doing it over a cloud of things, you have to go above, and it's just worse.
Yeah.
But having said that, it's still so early days. Like I am noticing that Ladivicus isn't here. He was going, I'm going to go off. Like, I'm going to try and hold it in, but I'm definitely going to go off during the next podcast. He is suspiciously missing right now. I hope he's okay. I hope this didn't send him to a spiral. I know he's getting into Skaven, so welcome, brother. But yeah, Squigs lost a wound. They've had that since their inception. Since they the Gloomspite Gits were a faction, they've had 2 wounds. So yeah, they did a lot of crazy stuff on them, and I hope that they're good too. Like they're a faction that has been super popular since they came out, and they've always been bad. They were good for like 6 months when they got a book in 3, and then they just kept getting hit and hit and hit, and they nerfed them after they were like sub 50% win rate. It was the weirdest thing rather. I'm helping you out, Ledivicus. If you're watching this in the future, that was for you, okay?
Part of me wonders if Spiderfang is going to secretly be good too, because they showed us 0 Spiderfang War Scrolls, but they showed the ability that's associated with them, which could actually end up slapping pretty hard if there's like other buffs associated with it. But yeah, that'd be neat.
I hope so. I hope that they feel like they're such a great painting army that they need to be a good, like at least a good Timmy army. Like even if they're not super strong, like I think weirdly Cruel Boys were. You know what I mean? Like they were actually they were a pretty good Timmy army. I think
Cruel Boys are a phenomenal army.
Right? I think they're really cool. I play them too, right? I definitely play them and I enjoy them. I think Iron Jaws are a great Timmy army. I think Ogres are a good Timmy army. And I think Giants are a fantastic Timmy army. So I think like Destruction. Yeah, exactly, right? Like Destruction should be Timmy, right? If you're going to have
Destruction.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like certain other factions probably lend themselves to certain other things, and then Order is everything, right? Because there's just too many factions in Order. Yeah, let them be fun, exactly, like Delicious says. And Kennedy's says another Claw Lord for the Chittering Horde. Absolutely. If there's anything that we all need more of, it's Skaven and Skaven players. So I think that's something we can all agree on, okay?
I like killing rats.
Yeah, sure. I mean, exactly. I like killing rats too, and I'm a rat. So, without further ado, definition of Timmy. A Timmy is someone who, oh man, if you
just want big things to happen.
Big things. They want like big combos, big fun things. They don't care if their own stuff dies. They want to kill stuff and yeah. It picture like typically like a green deck in Magic, big monsters, that sort of thing. If you're curious about your Pat, okay. I was like, I made the mistake last time, Pat, and I called someone else Pat, so I'm just being careful. Anyway, if you're curious. And if you're watching this in the future and you're curious about like Timmy, Johnny, Spike, you can look up those definitions, under, just put like Magic the Gathering, psychographic profiles, something like that in Google, and you'll find it. Timmy, Johnny, Spike. Yeah. So, okay. Without further ado. Actually,
now we are.
We've got Battered Bison coming up. Is it this weekend?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
I keep trying to make it like
I step on a plane in less than 3 days.
Wow.
I drive home in 2 days.
I'm already here, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to focus too much on that.
I live here. Fine.
So
Fun stuff happening.
I did say the dirty MTG word. It's true. Okay. Yeah, Kyle says, I'm mostly bummed about Scragrot in a vacuum. Like, yes, he's super cheap. He can be okay. However, he shouldn't be a cheap random key. I couldn't agree more. They took away several things from him and rip Scragrot. But maybe like they'll smack him around and then they'll bring him back for the proper book. Who knows? We might even get the books. Like we might even get the books in the order that they're coming out in terms of their showing the faction focuses.
I hope not.
I hope not too. But but we did get Stormcast and Skaven, and then we got like a bunch of other crap. You know?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What's the last one going to be? That's the real question.
The
What's
last one
going to be? It's got to be Order of Chaos because the way they're doing it. Cities just came out.
Oh! You mean the
And faction focus.
Oh! Last faction focus. I thought you were saying last.
Do you mean this week, or do you mean like
overall? June 21st.
Because they could go in a different order, like in the following weeks, right?
They said it's going to stick the same. So that'd be 4 weeks of every Grand Alliance. And the last one would be a Order and Chaos.
I mean, I'm assuming FEC. If we're going with a death faction. I don't think they'll be the last book out, though.
No.
That would be weird.
Just focus faction.
Yeah.
Faction focus. Whatever.
I knew what you meant. So, gentlemen, tell us about Battered Bison.
It's pretty sweet.
Pretty fun. Last year we were all topless. That was exciting.
Round 3. Shirts off.
What happened by round 3? Wow.
It was also hot as fuck. It was hot. It was hot.
Yeah, it was toasty. It was a toasty day. It looks better for this weekend.
Yeah, rain. It's great.
No. There's only a little bit of rain on Friday, maybe.
That's okay. We're indoors.
Fine.
Yeah, there's a little bit of rain because the Vancouverites are coming. So
that's true. We take it wherever we go. I actually just got caught in a hailstorm today on the way back, and it was raining and hailing so freaking hard. I was soaked just getting to my front door. It was wild.
We had a hailstorm here last week that was literally insane. Like it was 30 degrees at one point, and then we ended up with like my street had like 6 inches of hail.
Jeez.
Everywhere. It was weird. I was like driving through snowdrifts, and it was like 25 degrees outside like the day before. It was bizarre. Yeah.
Whew.
But we're fine now. It's hot again.
Fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ledivicus, thanks for joining us. I did.
Friend.
I talked about the Gits, buddy. So he says, start with the name. Why Battered Bison? And can one order deep fried Battered Bison there? These are both excellent questions.
Everybody wants Battered Bison as like a chicken finger.
I mean, yeah.
Well, it would be a bison finger.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that
they don't have fingers.
Well, neither do chickens.
So.
We're in the meat dimension. We're going places.
Okay. Anyways, our name. Well, bison is like a big Manitoba. Well, I mean, it's a big everywhere thing, but like, I think it's on our flag, isn't it?
Yep, it's really big in Manitoba. The prairies, Manitoba in particular, it's huge.
And then the alliteration bug, I think, just struck us with battered. And it was like the idea of like, like you battered your way to the top kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
A battered, broken down warrior, like a bison who's a warrior. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to fight your way to the top, and then you're the champion of the tournament.
Yeah, but you can't get to the top without black eyes. So that's battered, I guess. Yeah. Beat up.
And if you
bruised, cut.
And in a live situation, we batter you and we eat you. It works.
Yeah. These ogre folk are kind of weird.
I'm not
Christian
an ogre,
says it's
but
the
I am
provincial
weird.
animal as well. It's the provincial animal of Manitoba.
Yeah.
What's ours? Salmon?
Sasquatch?
Piece of kale or something.
Piece of kale. Stupid Vancouver. Yeah, fair enough.
So the 5 of us created Battered Bison. Well, we have 5 of us now. The other 3 guys, it's Mike, myself, and then Jeff,
not me.
Christian, and Dave. Not you.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we all live in Manitoba now, and the other 3 are lifers. But we started something we wanted to. Me and Mike went to LVO 2022. I wanted to start. Once we got back, we're like, we got the taste. We want to do this ourselves. We should start events and going and have the ball rolling as a dream, and it became a reality last year with the first GT of 32 guys. Had a boatload of prizes, a boatload of fun, and a boatload of KO won with Carl winning overall. He was the best general. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's so cool.
Actually, it was kind of awesome when we kind of like started getting this together, because when we were like looking at like what we had for maps and terrain and everything, and like we had a pretty decent collection, and then our buddies Dave and Jeff and Christian all kind of started getting involved, and they all came with their own little collections of stuff. And like right around the time where we were like, okay, let's see what we can find for terrain and like really start like collecting stuff so that we can make tables happen. And our local GW here was like, hey, for every amount of money you spend, we'll give you a table, a Realm of Battle table. And if you spend more, you get like this many pieces of terrain. And they had like 8 to 10 table setups worth of terrain. And then me and Riley and a few of others, we ended up putting in like almost $3,000 worth of an order. And our buddy Dave went in and paid for it all. So we got to walk out with like 2 big boxes of terrain. So it was kind of all fell into place pretty awesome there. Got kind of lucky, and then I was like, oh cool, like more than halfway there for like having all of our table setups. Yeah, so that was pretty big.
Yep, big time.
Just to answer a couple of things in the chat, Pat said, didn't FEC just get a book? They did, but that's why I'm predicting that they're going to get the last faction focus, because they're going to be getting a rule kind of like change of some kind, I'm sure. So it'll probably be, you know what I mean? It seems like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really care. I think all the FEC
all
players,
the books are gone anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be kind of lame. And then Delicious said, what did the buffalo say to his son when he was leaving? Bison. Yeah.
Bison.
I like that. And then Kale said, once you go Kale, you can't fail. That's just amazing that that Kale's joining us in the chat when you said that Kale is our... Anyway, provincial animal.
Kale's a local legend.
Awesome.
He's a local legend.
Awesome.
He'll be there.
He's joined us before. He's been in the chat before.
He's a beauty.
Attaboy.
Consumes a lot of kale because you are what you eat. So I'm not going to touch what Dave just said because I don't know if it's a euphemism. But moving right along. So you guys are into your second year now, and you had 32 heroes at your first one. And how many are currently? I know Carson sent me the list.
42.
42.
One is a question mark.
Not including me, because I'm not in this one.
Mike's TO.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
First time, full-time TO.
Yeah.
So, and like, I know Carson was talking about the prize support is like insane this year. I don't know if you guys are, how much you're keeping it under wraps, but like, I've seen it and I'm just, can't be, I'm pretty shocked.
It's on that one picture you sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, based on that one picture you sent me, it's like 3 times as much as any tournament I've ever been to in like DC or Seattle. So I don't understand.
Yeah, for real.
We have a pretty insane. We've had a couple of like pretty crazy prize supports this year, mostly thanks to Riley and constantly chatting with people and talking about it and going everywhere because he's our travel man.
I do that. We got a lot of support last year from all kinds of places. I travel for work, so a lot of support from all outside the province. So that was cool. This year, we have lots of support as well. I'm gonna do a quick thank you shout out. We got
Please.
FLG with some mats, Fenris Games, huge. Max Collectibles, also huge. Game Night Games out of Winnipeg. Hobby Sense, I want that stuff out of Brandon. Laser Trio. Ghost Bowl, Consulting. I can't even read my own writing. Games Workshop, Hoagie Boys, and Stewart's Engraving.
Games Workshop?
Kyle from Grudgefest.
And Games Workshop supported it?
And we have a gold ticket.
Nice.
And Corey.
Yeah, and Corey. Corey's huge.
That was
wow.
Pro-painted a Bellacore that we're going to raffle off separately. That will make your jaw drop to the floor.
Damn. Did he paint it already?
Oh yeah.
Man.
Done up.
You should see this thing.
I would love to. Send me a picture, you know.
I will. I could, yeah. You know what? Because we're cool here. I'll put it in the Discord right now.
Oh, sick. Okay. I can pull that up.
There's a nice segue into maybe you can join the Discord. We've got a Discord link in the description below. If you guys ever want to hang out and chat for after the stream.
Yeah, you're welcome there. You know, all sorts of discussions around the faction focuses and different things. been a good
There's a
time.
little alley-oop from Beefy Crunch there. Thank you.
Take it. Hit it. It's a great Discord. I'm in there. It's awesome.
That's true.
Good time.
I don't see the picture yet in the Discord. I'm just...
No, give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what the alley-oop was referring to, so I was just like, if it's supposed to be there, I don't see it. Yeah. So how should we proceed?
Well, the typical way that we do list reviews for tournaments on this particular channel is we go to wheelofnames.com.
That's true.
And we put everyone's name in the tournament in, which I've already supplied to Rob, and then spin the wheel. Whoever's name gets picked is the list that we go to, and then we just try and get through as many names and lists as we can. Because we've tried to go top to bottom before, and what ends up happening is we spend like 10 minutes on the top person's list.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get like 3/4 of the way through, they're just like, yep, that looks like OBR. Okay, next person. And then just like...
That's true. So I'll click on it, and then I believe there's a way of getting rid of the name that I picked.
Yeah, it just says remove when it picks a name.
Okay, cool. Well, here we go.
Oh, did you already spin it?
No, I didn't. I was about to.
Before you spin it, what's
Yep.
everyone hoping for the first pick?
One second. I got one more thing
Sure.
to say.
Sure.
We're also doing a 50-50 for Team Canada for Worlds. Their list just went public, if you've seen that in the interweb. But yeah, we're helping them to help pay the guys to go to Worlds and enjoy and have a good time. So that you don't have to be there for. You can buy tickets, and it's a 50-50.
Very cool.
And it's Sports Canada. Canada at the Worlds.
Yeah. Nice.
Team Canada.
We know we have friends on that team, so that's excellent.
Yep.
And people who have been on the channel and supported and helped the channel, like Matthias. By the way, Ladivicus says there's lots of great people on the Discord, and me. I'm there to maintain the balance. We love Ladivicus. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, here we go.
Yes, Bellacor's up.
Nice. Okay, I will grab that in just a moment. We got Ross McMahon.
Oh, I think this is his first GT.
This is his first GT. He's a new player.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
His list too.
Congrats, I guess. Ross. There he is.
Beast of Chaos.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Man.
I'm pretty sure Ross was at the doubles event a couple weekends ago. Weekend ago.
I think so.
So Carson asked what I was hoping, or what we were hoping for. This is what I was hoping for. I didn't know it existed, but someone giving Beasts of Chaos like a sunset sort of tournament run. Really? Wow.
There's two Beasts of Chaos and a Bone Splitters, which we all voted for on this saga.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. So then.
Hi, my balls.
Yo, my balls. I don't see you in the chat, but just assumed you were here. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
So, the Great Fray is the all hurt. By the way, do any of you guys play this faction?
No, but
familiar with it.
Does.
Okay.
I don't play it, but I know a decent amount about it.
Do you want to read it out?
A lot of people are going to be playing like Dark Walkers to get that extra teleport.
Right.
Ross is playing All Herd, basically just for a little bit more recursion for bringing back some Ungors, I think, or Gors.
And Gors.
Yeah.
Anything Bray Herd, I think.
Anything Bray Herd, right. He does, however, have the absolute mandatory core of 9 Bulgors, which are going to be coming in and absolutely slapping the shit out of anything that they see. Sorry for the swear.
Yep.
But
within 7?
that's...
We're far enough.
Yeah, probably within 7. He's got that Doom Bull. He's got a bunch of Ungors Gors. He's got some Chaos Zangors, which is pretty interesting. Do they count as All Herd, I wonder? Probably not.
Zangors?
No, I don't think they're Bray Herd.
Bray Herd,
They'll get the All Herd, but they won't get Bray Herd because they'll be Zangor.
Right. So this list is just going to be like a lot of bodies, and then that one massive hammer coming in and just deleting whatever it comes into contact with.
Bulgors were scary.
60 bodies, 9 Bulgors, yeah.
Does he have any? How many Bray Shamans does he have?
He has 2.
2.
Yeah.
So I mean, that'll be
Chaos
something.
Zangor Shaman.
That'll be interesting then, because I mean, the Zangors have that banner that zaps people in the hero phase based on how many wizards are nearby, doesn't it? It's like an 18-inch range.
I don't know.
One more time, sorry.
You mean the heroic action?
No, the Zangor like infantry have that banner where they zap somebody in the hero phase for 1 mortal for every wizard within 12 or something. I remember looking at it and pitching it to someone, and they were like,
"I don't totem ability." It's right here.
Totems.
Yeah, pick one enemy unit with an 18, and roll 1 dice for each wizard within 9 of this unit. For each 4+, it suffers a mortal. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. That's a lot, especially if you close with something funny like Lumineth.
Zinch.
all of a sudden, people are taking like six mortal wounds in a hero phase that they weren't counting on, and it's within the unit, not the banner. So if you've got a big thick block, you can.
He does 20.
Yeah. Takes me back to when the Doomfire thing from Slaves was awesome.
He also has a Chaos Gargant.
That's awesome.
That's just fun.
That's fun.
That's just fun.
I think it's good though too, because it just gives you a monstrous action. It gives you access to monstrous rampages.
And kicking over terrain.
Yeah, stuff like that. Exactly.
Or just like, even if you camp with it, it's 5 bodies that can, like if someone's gonna try and throw like little like weenie teleports or something for a screen to go and camp on an objective, that thing would probably do a good job at holding the objective and kicking people in the teeth and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
skinks. Everyone likes to do that with skinks.
Tree Revenants, another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris says, I feel so bad that we are losing Beasts of Chaos in 4.0. I couldn't agree more. We did talk about it back when we sort of got the announcement, but that is definitely the one that hurts me the most. Bone Splitters we saw literally coming. Like Carson was like, they're good. They're definitely going, guys. Like, I just want to let you know.
We were all surprised that they were here for this edition.
Yeah, exactly. Straight up. Straight up. We got new cool looking Cruel Boys, and then it's like, wait, why do we have naked weirdos? Like, let's just, pretend they're not here. And then... And I mean, like, if you guys love them, I'm sorry, but Beasts of Chaos, though, seriously, like, they're so original and cool. And like, I don't even know what they do with them in the lore. It's like, they've been here this whole time. And then we're just going to like pretend like they never existed. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't like dwarves are in the lore and they don't exist on paper right now.
But so do Umbraneth. Like, a lot of stuff isn't here yet, but
Silent people.
Yeah, silent people. Like, there's a lot, but there's other. It's weirder and it's like more awkward and bad to like just be like, okay, they no longer exist. Like, they should have at least made like some kind of event. You know what I mean? Like they're just doing something.
Like an event that like roped them into other armies or something.
Yeah, exactly. But like something crazy happens. Like, make it at least a fun send off. But they're just like, no, guys, they're just not going to exist anymore.
Well, like
it got lost in the divorce. That's all it was. I'll take ogres.
That's true.
These.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if we did luck out, like, we want to keep ogres. Ogres are more important and popular. And I'm not just saying that for Carson, but like, it's true. Like, I've been here since AOS 1, and like, ogres have always been a popular army. Maybe it's because I'm from BC. I don't know. There is the BC meta effect, right? But
yeah, you got ogres, Skaven. So technically Soul Blight and Demons all stayed, which are in Legend Old World, but
Daughters of Cain.
Yeah.
I mean, like half that range is from the Old World. Yeah. Sisters of Slaughter, the Cauldron, Avatar of Cain, like, but everything that isn't snakes.
Sisters of Slaughter, because that was way after, because the Old World's prior.
No, Sisters of Slaughter.
Sisters were in the Old World.
They were split box. They were the split box.
Didn't they come out the end? Yeah, at the end of the edition.
All the Dark Elf stuff did.
Yeah. I think they were they in 8th or 7th?
8th.
They were in 8th.
Okay.
They were in 8th.
Yeah,
so this
because
is
they came
way
out the
prior
same
5th.
time that the Bleak Swords and Dread Spears got redone, which was like the same sculpt but slightly better, and then the split box
Classic
of
Blackguard.
Executioners.
Right.
Executioners and Blackguard, yeah.
And we also kept Seraphon. We kept like most of it, but I guess. But like I feel bad for people. Anyway, back to.
I do too.
Are we done with this list?
I think so.
It's 2,000 points
list.
on the nose, so no triumph.
He's got Battle Reg and a Warlord. Good list. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to play against.
Good. Best of luck to. Was it Ryan?
Ross.
My apologies. Those are names. Who can keep track of them? Am I right?
Rob.
Yeah.
Ross, Riley. Yeah.
All right. I'm named with an R. Here we go. Spin that wheel. Gonna make you feel real good if you get a Battered Bison.
What'd you guys chant last time?
I was singing the Wheel of Fortune. Oh no, wait. Isn't the Price is Right theme that we sing? Anyway, Peter Bueller. Yeah. Peter Bueller is up next.
Peter.
Oh,
Peter.
KO.
Balloon Boys. Peter and Balloon Boys.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to be coming in and strike first and with everything, I assume. Yeah, he's got 2 frigates.
Yep.
Barracks Zond is the so whenever they charge, they get +1 to hit and wound for any Skyfarers. Rule the Skies Grand Strat, which is no surprise. He just wants to keep one of his boats alive and have you not have anything that flies. Does he get his triumph? Let's see. 1990, he could.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
I just want to point out that he put in like what the rules mean here in his list.
Yeah, very handy.
Watches Rob, the honest wargamer, who always says to do this.
I mean, like, it really is a good call. I just, I guess we should expect more from Canadians being conscientious or something. But like, I just don't see it all that often. We usually do. We do a lot of these list review shows, and so it's so nice. Yeah, this is great.
You'll see a few of this like this in our build-up.
Yeah.
Not mine, but a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know that I would have thought of it either. I would have been like, everyone knows what I do, right? Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yep. So he's got the pretty standard loadout of like a 4-up rally for the Skyfarers. Once per turn, 2d6 run. Once per game, 3d6 charge. So when something drops in, it has a very reliable charge. If it's dropping outside of 9, but it can just like run across the board anyway. The Arcanaut Admiral is just making it so that the Navigator more reliably kind of gets the result that he wants via 1s and 6s. And he's got that Navigator who's got the Voidstone Orb for a auto unbind just to make sure that he can shut down a casting army if need be. And then the Endrin Master with Endrin Harness has the pouch of Null Dust just to make it so that it's more likely to primal miscast, on double 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah, once a game,
Yeah, once a game. In your opponent's hero phase. Then he's got some Arcanaut Company, some Sky Wardens, Endrin Riggers, Sky Wardens, Endrin Riggers. Basically, those Sky Wardens and Endrin Riggers are like melee monsters when they're on the charge. The Arcanaut Frigate is going to be charging with them in it, doing the assault boat drop off, and then they'll have strike first with +1 to hit and wound. So make sure to screen. otherwise you're going to get smacked.
He's got an Admiral too. He's got an Admiral sitting there with nothing on him. Yeah. Frigate. Yeah.
Pretty scary. This is a list that
move.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Definitely one of those.
How would ogres like it?
Ogres, I've played against almost this exact list a couple times, and the nice thing about the way that I like my mixed arms style ogres is that I kind of just castle up with a big old line of Noblars, and the Noblars will proc the 4-up D3 mortal wounds on every single thing that moves inside the boat near them, right? So that hurts quite a bit. So they usually try and shoot the Noblars off the table. But it's kind of just like weathering the storm with that one charge until I can counter punch. Because the whole mantra with ogres is that I have like 5 hammers. And it's like, can you kill all of them? Right? Like if you can, then good for you, but it's unlikely that you can. So I would say it's like a yellow matchup, probably.
Nice.
2
battle reg, 2 drop,
That's a good amount of drops for sure. Before we keep going, Chris, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you staying up to 4 a.m. for us. And Kale said he's betting that Skaven won the Highlander, whatever, the Immortal Battle. I think it's mostly just that Beasts of Chaos, like the different, like, actually Honest Wargamer made a video about like how the studios kind of split things up, and it's very interesting. It came out around the time that they made that decision, and I think it's likely based on that and the fact that Beasts of Chaos had very old sculpts, and they had to just kind of piss or get off the pot with, in terms of either making new models for them or getting rid of the faction. So yeah, it still sucks. I wish they would have just made new scrolls. I still think they could do that in the future. They could just like make, you know what I mean, like brand new crazy Beasts of Chaos and make them really wild, and then give all those old sculpts to the old world where they belong.
Or just redo all the sculpts and in 5.0 reintroduce them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I kind of meant. They definitely won't do it this edition though. Oh yeah, can you scroll the list? Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't remember to do that. So
Peter won an RTT locally this year too. He's a good player.
Yes, he did.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, this is going to be a list where your skills and positioning are going to be super, super key. Just making sure that people aren't getting good charges off on you and screening properly and whatnot, setting up a good double turn if possible.
Yep.
Okay.
What do we got next?
What we got next? Let's find out. Remove and
destruction.
Leo of Bison.
Braden Dubleski.
Braden.
Oh, big paws. What's up, big hands? He's lost
Lone Reapers.
Inside joke, I assume.
Carson will confirm this after you meet him.
Okay,
sounds good. Gonna like crushes models in his hands in front of me or something, or crush my models or something. Yeah.
Or your hand, whatever.
It came about from False Alarm, didn't it?
Oh, it was before that. We made fun of him. Oh, Stu. No, Stu was drunk.
It became like a public thing after False Alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, we got him in the chat too.
I know. Hey, Braden.
Let us know if we got anything wrong. Yeah. Do any of you guys play OBR?
Absolute beaut.
I'm pretty familiar with this army.
Okay.
Ossiarch Bone Reapers, he's running Mortis Praetorians, which is the countercharge subfaction.
The cool one.
If you don't manage to tag everything he's got, chances are he's probably going to be sending something in, which is something that you don't want to be in combat with. He's got his Catacross, obligatory, for that big old +1 to hit, +1 to save aura. Archcavalos Xantos. Both of those heroes are Mortis Praetorians locked, so they are actually benefiting from it. And then he's got his Mortis and Soul Mason with Dark Acolyte command trait, which just means the first spell that he casts with that hero cannot be unbound in his hero phase. So if he's casting twice, you can try and unbind with the second one. But the scary thing is that because he has Blizzard, if he manages to get that Blizzard off as the first spell that he casts, it's like you can't do anything about it. Sorry. Even if you have an auto unbind with like Khorne for 2 Blood Tithe, which I don't actually think there are Khorne in this event.
Right. Or the Stormcast Eternal Bonsai. Yeah.
Or the Void Stone Orb.
Or the KO one we just talked about.
Yeah, there's there's a few different things, I suppose, huh?
Yeah. Then he's got Load of Saturation, which, what is it? I think that's +1 to his ward save, right?
Yep.
It is.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about Load of Saturation, which isn't going to matter, in the context of this list, but the interesting thing is that if there are a Mortis Guard near, because bodyguard rolls are considered to be ward rolls now, it's an automatic pass off to those Immortus Guard, and it's not optional because it would turn into a 1+, right?
Whoa.
But he doesn't have any Immortus Guard in this list. He's just got 6 Necrostalkers with the Dread Falchions, or 2 of them rather, some Death Riders for the battle tactic, 40 Mortec Guard, 20, 10, and 10. So he's going to be clogging up the table quite a bit. But this is going to be an absolute death castle, I think. Which is just stacking +1 to save, super defensive. The only like big hammer is going to be those Necrostalkers, but they are going to hit super hard. So
Yeah.
What's the load of saturation on again? Is that that was on his
Soul Mason.
Soul Mason.
Soul Mason. Yeah. So the buff boy. Which is
Oh, Kale pointed out that it doesn't work on Blizzard, only lore
My bad.
Ossiarch.
My bad.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, good. Good to
however,
know. Yeah, Blizzard's scary.
Sorry.
I said just
though.
let us know if we get anything wrong, and he did.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
That boy, Kale.
Attaboy.
But it does work on the endless spells, like the one that doesn't let you do anything about battle shock.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have that one, thankfully, but it is still worth noting that that's a thing, just because even if you move in range to try and deny him Magic Dom, if you go first or something like that, doesn't really matter, because if you cast that spell, then
it is an easy free battle tactic, and he's only got one cast.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So, yeah.
You know, and like I know, like Delicious was joking earlier about OBR. I've struggled with them as well, but it's the army itself is so cool. Like there are people that love the look. Like one of our closest friends, Ryan, who moved out to Ontario. What an idiot, right? But putting that aside, he just like, before we saw any rules or anything, he was like, that is getting me into Age of Sigmar. He didn't play it at all. He was only playing 40k, and he was like, that's the army. And I know there's a lot of people out there. Actually, Carson got into ogres at the same time, and he was like, that thing right there, that's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Beast of Bones.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. It was a double box between ogres and OBR.
That's right.
That's crazy. I forgot. So anyway, but yeah, are we done with this list?
Yeah, it's a good list.
So.
Let us know if we forgot anything, Braden, and appreciate everyone in the chat for reminding us that it's only the first OBR spell.
I like to imagine he was like scrambling around in his book to check to make sure that he actually couldn't autocast an unbindable Blizzard, and then was promptly disappointed by us being corrected by Kale.
That's true.
Damn it, Kale.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna flip the. There we go.
All right, so we've had chaos, order, and death so far. Just come on, just give me one destruction. Just one.
We have a lot of destruction.
Owen Dyson, I think.
Ooh,
Okay.
yes.
That.
This one's
Zombie
fun.
dragons.
Gristlegore.
Oh, hell yeah. My man. Excellent.
Man.
That is so sick. Okay, Gristlegore, you know, this guy is out here for fun. Okay?
Yep.
That is so awesome. Okay.
It's always a good time to play against Owen, too.
I mean, if he's I already knew that. I've never met him before in my life, but he's a Gristlegore player, so you didn't need to tell me anything more. This is actually pretty interesting because he's rocking Gristlegore, which makes zombie dragons and terrorgeist both battle line. And he's got the Abhorrent Ghoul King on Royal Zombie Dragon, with, of course, the mount trait Venerated Zombie Dragon, which gives all of them +1 to hit in a big old bubble. The spell Deranged Transformation, which can add to their movement and +1 to wound on units that I think are, is it 7 or 8 wounds or less? Or maybe it's even smaller than that. Might be 6. Putting that aside, we also have an Abhorrent Ghoul King on Royal Terrorgeist, which is exciting. Heart of the Gargant, which means that you can, it gives them, I believe it's +1. Oh, geez, I should know this.
To wound?
Yeah, to wound. Is it to wound or to hit? I couldn't remember. But anyway, it counts
attack.
+1 attack.
Battle.
Right.
Oh.
But it counts for the mounts as well. And then he also gave it a mount trait, which is what I assume. How did he do that? There's 2 mount traits here. Command Entourage. There it is. So that gets him Gruesome Bites, which is +1 attack always onto the jaw attack. So then he'll be rocking 4 attacks on the jaw all the time, and once per game 5 attacks on the jaw. Gets the spell off. He's re-rolling those hits. Super cool. Also has Deranged Transformation, just doubling up on it because it's important. The Archregent has Master of the Menagerie, which means he can bring back a Royal Zombie Dragon from the dead with, and it's, I believe it takes it takes 6 wounds. Yeah, it takes 6 wounds. So then basically it's coming back with 8 wounds, which is pretty awesome. And then also has deranged transformation. Big fan of this deranged transformation, this guy. Very interesting. A crypt gas courtier. So he has, he has a courtier, so he'll be able to, charge up. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's just because they're 80 points, right? But anyway, 3 Royal Zombie Dragons, which I do find interesting. Like, I would have probably taken at least 1 Terrorgeist, but I just really like those big
against this list.
I mean,
a couple weeks ago.
The Royal Zombie Dragons are more reliable, and with the -3 rend, they're just like really solid. But I'm I'm a Skaven player at heart, so I like rolling them dice. Unit of
the amount of damage that this army puts out in the shooting phase is jarring.
That's true.
It's jarring.
That's true, because
he's got you that for a fact.
He's got 4 of them Royal Zombie Dragons, which are they're just spitting out, and then the Terrorgeist can scream at something. It's a little harder on the battle, or on the battle tactics, but he also has the Crypt Ghouls for a screen and or grabbing objectives and whatnot. I'm assuming the Crypt Gas Courtier will be hanging out with them. This is such a fun list. I don't want to say I'm cheering against Carson because this list exists, but it's hard to. I don't know.
This is actually a list that's kind of scary for me, just because, as Mike said, it's got a lot of like quite scary ranged output.
Right.
Like that's 4d6 rend, 1 damage, 3 attacks, and they're 3s and 3s. It's not even that unreliable, right?
No.
If he spikes on those, that could be like 24 shots. He could just erase everything in my army.
Well,
if it wanted to.
And I can't remember off the top of my head, but is the venerated that's only melee, I think, right? For the mount trait?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
You think it's for
no, it just says +1 to hit rolls.
Yeah, it's just +1 to hit. It was like super rude. I was using my Slaanesh when I played Owen with this, and he just dropped down and was just like, "Okay, cool. You just play the rest of this game with your 7 models." I was like, "Okay, this is fine. Everything's fine."
Holy guacamole!
Yeah, and then they
he's
charge.
shaking my deep kit at that too.
Yeah, and then they charge.
Holy
super fun.
Moly! Okay.
Yeah, Owen aims to have short, fun games. That's what he wants to do with this list. He told me.
That's kind of nice. If you're done in like an hour and a half, you get some beers.
Yeah, whichever way it goes, right? Like,
facts.
it really is a Timmy army too. I like it. Obviously, it's well put together, but I was looking at doing this too. I've got a Terrorgeist right over here. I wasn't looking at doing it with Royal Zombie Dragons. Mostly, I was going to rock like 1 or 2 Royal Zombie Dragons and 1 or 2 Terrorgeists, but man, this is so cool. Okay. I would like to stay on this list all night, but we will go back to the wheel.
I keep saying destruction, and we keep getting death, so I'm going to say death, 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 death. I hope we get death this time.
There we go. I missed the wheel the first time.
It's going to be Kendo and his death army.
Nope. It's going to be Brooke Tatarin.
Brooke.
Sylvanet.
Oh, is she from Brandon? Yeah,
this is Cam's wife.
Cam and Chris.
Chris's wife. Chris's wife. She played at the Brandon GT for like first event, and she had a phenomenal time.
That's so cool. Heartwood. Oh yeah. Okay. Are either one of you guys like I play Sylvaneth very casually. Should I take this one, or do either of you guys have a love of the trees?
You can take this.
Okay.
They're so pretty, but I don't play them.
Okay, fair enough. So Heartwood gives you the +1 to hit against 3 units, and it also gives you the Kurnoth as battle line. And then let's see, Season of War. Which one's the Dwindling? Is that the?
I'll find it.
Thank you. I can't remember if that's the casting. Spirit of Durthu with the Greenwood Gladius, which gives you +D3 attacks on the Gladius. Very good. Very powerful hammer. Lady of Vine. Yep.
Dwindling is you can reroll in the hero phase. You can reroll one cast roll, one unbinding roll, and one dispelling roll. So long as the friendly wizard you pick is a Sylvaneth wizard wholly within 9 inches, overgrown terrain feature, or friendly awakened wildwood.
That's very fun. I like it a lot. And then then you got the Lady of Vines who can give she's got her War Scroll spell that gives you the 5-up in a big ass bubble. Very cool. Branch Witch, Spell Singer, Spell Regrowth. So Spell Singer is casting through the trees.
Branch Witch is gone too. They're getting squatted. Correct?
No, the branch. Oh wait, is it?
I think so. A lot of like style units in this event, which is great.
Which is the one with the like the scythe? Is that the Wraith? Branch Wraith?
No, dead.
They're not getting rid of the one with the worm on it, right?
Witch?
Look at the War Scrolls.
Okay.
Branch with is on the scythe. Yes. Sorry. What's the other one then?
So I don't think they're getting rid of the Branch Witch. They're getting rid of the resin one that used to be
Branch Wraith?
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, because it used to be. It's an old resin model that used to be the named character, and she got it. Like she got her power suit of tree and bee.
Oh, Drycha.
Drycha, thank you. Yeah, so that used to be Drycha in the old world.
Right.
And then when Sylvaneth got their first book in AOS 1, she got the big upgrade. And they kept the model for some reason, even though
someone fed her steroids and she turned into a beehive mech.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I love that model. And then we got a Tree Lord Ancient, spells Dwellers Below, Verdant Blessing, Battle Line. We've got Kurnoth Hunters with Great Bows, 1 unit, just single. And then the Scythes, which look like they must be double reinforced. I didn't realize they went down in points to 230. They used to be 250. And then we've got Tree Revenants for some teleporting shenanigans. And the Spite Swarm Hive, which is always popular for getting those charges extra reliable, assuming you can get it off and you roll the 2-up, of course. And then, 1950 points. So a very solid Triumph bid and a single battle regiment, although, like, not all of that's going to fit in the battle regiment because you've got a Tree Lord Ancient and you've got Spirited Death through there. But, it's oh, and you've got Lady of Vines, too, actually. She doesn't fit in there. Yeah. But so it looks like it'll probably be a 3-drop. Yeah.
3-drop's still a good list though. But good spread of units too.
Absolutely. I hope she has as good a time at this event as she did at the other event that you guys were mentioning. And be sure, and like this is just a general thing, but a piece of advice that I got when I went overseas was take as many pictures as you can. And I think that actually goes, it lines up with like these events and stuff like that, is take as many pictures as you can. You'll never think that you took too many pictures. I'm serious. Like you won't.
This is facts.
Yeah.
Cool. You'll be able to make a movie out of the pictures I take. Just
exactly.
That's looking around.
That's what you should be able to do. Okay.
Hey Carson, is it your first time to Winnipeg?
It is actually, yeah.
The title of your movie.
First time in Winnipeg? That's the title of my movie.
Yeah.
Didn't even get stabbed.
Watch that movie.
Well, it depends what happens. Very interesting.
Moving right along. Spin that wheel.
I'm gonna have to dip for just a tiny bit because I gotta go pick up my lady from dinner.
Excellent.
So I will catch you guys when I come back if you're still on.
Perfect. We should be.
Bye, Mike.
We'll see in a bit. We got Dom Elson.
Oh,
ooh, I know Dom.
Evil.
I think I might have played this list.
Oh no.
Maggot Kid.
Oh, what? Yo! Jason said we need some Nurgle in the chat. This happened way before. Just for context, that is a wild Babe Ruth moment, okay? Because there's like 40 freaking anyway. That was amazing.
It's weird that Jason plays Nurgle too.
Yeah, I mean, Jason is a long time and very solid supporter of the channel. So I sure am glad that happened. We need to get more Nurgle on our channel. I've been working on it for a while, but it's difficult.
Good army.
I used to know like everyone I used to know that played Nurgle, and now it's like I can't swing a dead cat and can't hit a Nurgle player anymore.
Why are you swinging dead cats?
I mean,
DC thing?
It's just a thing you do. Like, you know, if you're trying to like find something, right? That's the saying. Anyway,
You shouldn't visit us in Vancouver.
That's why you're coming our way.
Yeah, I'm
exactly.
escaping. That's what I'm doing.
We eat kale, we swing dead cats. It's really weird. But you do what you got to do to keep the rain away. So
just into lotto time. Yeah. I pick it.
Yeah, it's our version of the anti-rain dance. You swing a dead cat. Anyway, do either of you play Nurgle?
I have played against this list.
Okay.
Sorry?
I've done the same. I've played against Dom's list.
Okay. Do you want to go for it then, or do you want me to?
You can go because you know all the small details.
All right, sounds good. So Dominic Andrew says in the chat, "Say nice things, Carson," or ... nighty night neighbor. The context of that is that Dom and his buddies and I are sharing the same Airbnb in Winnipeg. So honestly, this might be the best list I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Truly, I think I think only a genius could come up with such art.
It's true.
In list creation. And
Nurgle sucks.
Oh god. I disagree with that, for the record.
Yeah.
But so this is Megakin of Nurgle.
Carson has only said good things about Nurgle. It's just you personally, Dom, that he was insulting behind your back. But
yes.
But the list is amazing. It's fantastic.
Yep. 100%. Blessed Sons, I actually can't quite let me just take a look at what that does again.
Hey, wait a minute. Did Dom win false alarm with this list?
I don't actually know. I'm not sure about that.
Answer us in the chat if you can, Dom. But
basically, this is also I typed in Baggotkin of Burgle into Google trying to quickly find out what this was. But basically, this is like the Monster Mash Nurgle list. The core is going to be around the Glotkin, which really is just going to be like a big 12-inch aura. If you end any units of yours inside of that, at the end of your movement phase, he can try to charge with both the Glotkin and one additional unit. So it's just a really, really tight positioning game. So it's going to be like, I almost started going into like how you would maybe beat this list, but I feel like I probably shouldn't. Because,
please tell. Please do tell.
I might die.
I lost.
But basically, like there's going to be like wings of stuff around the Glotkin. Nothing is particularly super slappy in this list. Like,
well, actually, there is
Orgots and Morbidox are both like they can be considered slappy, but even then, I would say they're both kind of like medium hammers. It's just everything in this list is like absolutely rock solid. Like it's going to be super tough to get it off the table. Lots of wounds, pretty good saves. Glotkin's on a 4-up, but some of the other monsters are on 3-ups. You've got some 5-up wards across the entire army. You've got really good healing on, I think, Morbidex Twiceborn, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's Orgots.
I can never remember the difference. They're all on that really cool Nurgle monster.
The 3 of them.
Yeah.
But what this list really wants to do is just kind of establish presence at the center of the table and say, what can you do about me? And just kind of gum you up and really just, for lack of better words, waste your time while they're collecting all of the primaries and scoring their battle tactics and stuff like that. So just a war of attrition. And it's really kind of getting rid of that. Yeah, big tar pit. That's kind of what Nurgle is. But it does have some hammers, as I said. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is
Dom's
really
a very
cool.
good player. I think he's going to do well with this one.
2,000 points on the nose, a battle regiment, so it's going to be
4 drop.
4 drops, yeah.
3.
Yep. Because Blowout, Morbidex, and the Glotkin are not.
Oh yeah, Glotkin, yeah. 4 drop.
Cool. Okay. So
He is a Saskatchewan guy.
Oh,
yes. Guys from all over the prairies.
Yeah, I think we have like consecutively all of the provinces represented until you get to like New Brunswick and the Maritimes and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a list here. 3 BC, 2 Ontario, 4 Alberta, 4 Saskatchewan, then 3 Brandon, Yeah, you got Bud coming in for Winkler. That's awesome. That's always amazing. And but no Quebec or anything east or north.
There's one from Ontario, right? Carl's coming.
Oh yeah, Carl and my balls.
And the balls.
Nice.
They were both here last time too, and they both played KO last time.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was a blast. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Any destruction? Just one?
just Jackson Miller.
Jackson's playing Nighthaunt.
Jackson,
Those are all the death armies.
I'll be excited to see you there, but I'm not excited that this is Nighthaunt right now. Do either of you guys, are you familiar with Nighthaunt?
I'm pretty familiar, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Emerald Host is the one that does mortal wounds at the end.
Yep.
I don't remember the fright or flight grand strategy, but Lady Allender is obviously the named character. Couple of spells. She can throw mortal wounds at range. Just solid overall. Knight of Shrouds on Ethereal Steed coming in there to, give extra attacks and stuff like that. He's got like a lot of little heroes, which is kind of what I was talking about earlier, is their whole strat is to multi-charge as many things and stack as many debuffs as possible. Guardian of Souls for the +1 to wound. And Seal of Shyish, I think, is the 5-up ward spell, but I could be wrong. And I believe Lady Allender has access to everything, so there should be a few different sources of giving the 5-up ward and minus or is +1 to wound. I can't remember now. Spirit Torment for Resurrection. The Cruel Gas Cruciator's there, obviously, to give the -1 to damage in a bubble around him. And he's got the Pendant of the Fell Wind. I'm not familiar. The last time I played this was when the army came out, and that was like 2 years ago. I was just doing it for the channel, but then I realized that I was stretching myself too thin.
Pendant of the Fell Wind is subtract 1 from wound rolls for attacks made with melee weapons within 3 inches of the bear.
Oh wow, that's
debuffs on top of your buffs.
Yep.
That's Nighthaunt's whole thing. They're not good, but they take you down to their level.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're on a 4-up save, but you're on a 5-up save. So how about that?
Yeah, or maybe less. Like if they get the multi charges off.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're going last.
Right. Yeah. If you can get that, I think it's a 10-up. But yeah, so then Hex Wraiths, Spirit Hosts, Chain Rasp, Spirit Hosts, and then Chain Gas under Other. That's a lot of different units, but stacking those debuffs, man, that's amazing. And then the Mortalis Terminexus. That is the Jack in the Box one, I believe. And
I think so.
yeah, and it's I think it's the only good one right now.
I think you put a picture up here.
Reverse time or hasten time. If you reverse time, heal D3 wounds allocated to each unit within 6 inches of this endless spell. If you hasten time, roll a dice for each unit within 6 inches. On a 2-up, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. So it's either like a splash heal or splash damage.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
My struggle with Nighthaunt is the same as with Stormcast, where I see Nighthaunt and I'm like, yep, that's a bunch of ghosts.
It's true.
And I'm not going to remember what you tell me about what they do.
Yeah, most of them are just kind of... Everything here is mostly just sort of solid stuff. The Spirit Hosts are a guard. They have like a... What do you call it? They're guardians, so on a 2-up you can roll off stuff onto them.
What Krub says in chat, he plays this list well with the 2-inch range. He really moves the pieces well. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I think a couple things would have gotten buffs with the 2-inch range.
Right.
Changes things a lot.
Yeah. The main thing that got it was the Bladegeist Revenants and the...
Harridan.
The Harridans,
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know...
Did Hexwraith always have it?
Must have.
No, there's 1-inch range. Never mind.
Yeah, they're 1-inch range because they're the cavalry. It was mainly the guys on the 32s that got the 2-inch reach.
Right.
I don't think anything here. Maybe the Chain Rasps, but I don't think so.
Going through.
Regardless, bunch of MSU units on smaller bases. They
Exactly.
can all come in and swing.
Yeah. 2,000 points.
MSU is really good for Nighthaunts, like stacking the debuffs too. Like if you just want to have like more opportunities to get all of those debuffs for sure. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. No, he's a good player. I grudged him last time, first round, I think it was, and it was a tight game. And that was before they had all their point drops. So yeah, he's a good player.
Seems like a lot of grudges happen at this tournament.
we allow them.
Nice.
What we're doing this year, everybody's getting Battered Bison dice in their swag bag. And then if you grudge somebody in the first round, you got to each put up 2 dice. Winner take all.
Nice.
So you get more than 2 dice. Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best to use the Bison dice for like all of my rolls, but I'm assuming I'm gonna get more than 10 attacks at some point, hopefully. But
better win your first grudge, and then you got 14. You're good.
Oh, that's true. Oh, you get the dice. Yeah. Oh.
You get the dice. So you each put up 2, and then whoever wins the grudge takes the dice.
Interesting. That's enough for a unit of Iron Guts to get all their attacks in. 14 dice.
Who you gonna grudge? Don't
13.
say me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's looking pretty. You got beef in your name, so that's pretty enticing.
That's true. You look delicious.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
Absolute snack.
Okay, here we go. Yep. We got Frederic Hubert.
Fed. Nice.
Okay.
Fed is a gem
Ooh.
of a person.
I mean, he's playing Morphan.
Idneth.
Yeah.
He's played Deepkin since I think he started the hobby.
Nice.
And
Attaboy.
yeah, he won at Brandon at WCO. He won best sport.
Nice.
By landslide. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, so he's playing Morphan, which is like the bringing guys back, the Thralls and the Namarti back. Yeah, he's got Lotan for the +1 to wound, the Achillean Slat King, of course, as the general, Unstoppable Fury, Vial of Manticore Venom, which is +1 to wound. That's a general one. So the king will be plus. That's interesting because I think he's already wounding on a 2-up.
Not on all of his attacks.
But the mount doesn't get it from your artifact. So
interesting.
Yeah, so I'm not.
I think what's the loadout for weapons?
Well, it is the.
It's the greatsword.
Oh, it's the greatsword. Okay, I guess that's why. That's interesting.
3s and 3s and 3s and 3s on the falchion. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is more attacks.
He has 2 slap kings actually.
Interesting. But yeah, usually, I always take it on the bladed polearm because that fat damage and great rend on it. But that's awesome. So we got Void Shield Darkness, of course, as the mount trait, which is the -1 to hit, and the Soul Render for bringing fools in. The Nullstone Adornment, hand carved Nullstone icon. That's which one is that again? From the GHC?
That's just the unbind, and then it keeps being an unbind if you succeed.
Right. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then we got another Achillean King with the Bladed Polearm this time, and the Potion of Hateful Frenzy for +1 to, once per game, it's +1 to your attacks characteristic of just, of course, him and not the mount. And then it's +1 to hit, wound, and then I think you take D3 mortals at the start of your next hero phase. It might be +1 to charge or something too. It's pretty, it's a pretty fun little thing to pop off. And then he's got 10 Reavers, 30 Thralls, 3 Ishlian Guard, 3 Ishlian Guard. Those are the another 3 Ishlian Guard, and another 20 Namarti Thralls. Goodness,
that's a lot of bodies.
There's no. Oh, there is a Soul Render. I walked right past him. I read it as
the Nullstone.
He does, but I read it as a Soul Scryer.
Oh yeah.
In my brain hole. A Gloomtide Shipwreck, which he'll need, obviously, because his grand strategy is the creeping Gloomtides. You got to keep them away from that. 2,000 points on the nose. A Command Entourage, which is where the extra artifact comes from. And a Battle Regiment. Very cool. Like to see that more fan. It's not my thing as much, but like, variety's the spice of life, right?
I think he had a very similar list. I played him round 2 in Brandon.
Okay.
And it was looking not good for me, and I finally got a blizzard off and hit his big unit that was sitting, waiting for like the second wave of attacks of thralls, and wiped majority of them.
That's brutal. Yeah, they're not real good at getting the mortal wound shrugs.
No.
And
it was like 21 mortals. It was bad. I was like, I see life.
Oof, yeah, that's brutal. And I mean, if you pick the right ritual and you're in high tide, then you can have a 5-up ward on them. But outside of that, sucks to suck.
Yeah, but yeah, good list, real good list,
very
real
cool
good
list.
Spread.
Yep.
It's not just sharks or eels or all thralls.
Yeah.
2 kings. He had, I think he had the name king last time, so going down to 2 regular kings is
Volturnos. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good list. Great player.
Awesome. Here we go. We got Cam Tatarin.
Cam.
Fire Slayers.
Ooh.
Just
Fire Slayers
weaving
Brandon
through all
boy.
of the destruction lists in this tournament.
Yeah.
Absolutely dancing through them.
I ought to bring up a thing here. I counted all the lists and what we have. There are 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 destruction out of 41, and we haven't hit one yet.
It's because Carson keeps bringing it up. Let's all blame Carson.
I hope we get another Death Army.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Kendall.
Okay. Does anyone know anything about Fire Slayers?
Nope.
Yeah, same. Well, we can read it out.
Here, I'll take this one.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then you guys just fill in the pieces.
Okay.
We got Cam.
I'll do my best.
Cameron Tartan. Fire Slayers. Volstarg is the sub-faction. No clue. Grand Strat. Masters of the Forge. Also no clue.
I think Masters of the Forges, they just need one of their invocations to be up.
Invocation Army. Yeah.
And then Volstarg is to add 1 to hit and wound rolls for Berserkers when they charge.
Ooh. He's got Triumph Inspired. His points are 1980, so possible against a few of the lists we've seen. Leaders, you got the Runefather on Magmadroth, General. Command trait Blood of the Berserker, which is...
Once per battle in the combat phase, basically they can fight twice, but strike last.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And then Magmadroth is going to be... The big thing there is that any wounds you do to them in melee, 4-ups per wound is a mortal wound back to you. So they're bleeding on you.
And then Axe of Grimnir. That's the same thing.
Axe of Grimnir is... I think it just makes it slappier.
Ooh. So
Yeah, pick one of the bearer's melee weapons, improve the rend by 1, and add 1 to the damage characteristic. So pretty slappy, and then it can be fighting twice.
And the Cold-Hard Ancient mount trait, that's the mortals back to you?
No, that's just something that Magmadroths get.
They all do that.
Heart.
Yeah. Is it a 5-up? It's basically like Corn?
Cold-Heart.
Cool.
It's a 4-up.
Cold-Heart.
If this unit is the target of an attack with a melee weapon, subtract 1 from the... so -1 damage against it. So super tough, super slappy. Yeah.
Scary.
Pretty scary.
He's got a Auric Rune Master, Artifact of Power with the Volatile Brazier. And he's got the Prayer for Heal. What's the Brazier do, Mr. Carson?
Brazier is when it attempts to summon an invocation, you can reroll chanting rolls for the bearer, and the range of the prayer is doubled. So it's just much more reliable. And
wow.
Yeah.
Double range is huge.
Yeah.
Especially that you don't move, people forget this, you don't move invocations to the start of your hero phase. So once you cast them, they don't move till your next turn. And the spells move at the end of the hero phase, and invocation move at the beginning.
That's the beginning of your hero phase too.
Yeah.
Not every hero phase.
Just yours, yeah.
Wow.
So interesting. Battlesmith with the Artifact of Power, the Nullstone, the Icon again.
It's not
a Flame
this
Keep...
is different. This is like a Fire Slayer's artifact. And this one is a 4-up spell shrug, basically.
Oh, is that the banner one that like has a 12-inch spell shrug?
Yes, actually. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I played him at an event a while ago. I think it might have been the GT last year, and I couldn't get nothing off. I just ignore. I splashed a couple damage. Finally, I turned that guy into a toad, because my chaos spawns are all Nurgle toads from the endless spell, and then his magic ward was gone. I was like, "Hey, cool! Now hit him!" Boom.
Yeah.
But it was very frustrating.
Yeah. I was looking through all the lists, and we don't have any Khorne. There's no Null Myriad OBR. And I think there's 2 Starborn Seraphon lists, so it's like, God help us.
He's got Flamekeeper, Bare Bones, a second Flamekeeper, Bare Bones, a Rune Smiter with the Forge Key, which does something. And he's got, it might be his weapon, I don't know. He's got Ember Storm for the Prayer. He's got this one has the Null Stone. It's the hand-carved icon.
Yep.
The
Ember Storm is run and charge, basically, within 18 inches. Pick something within 18.
He's got the Berserkers with hand axes. Then he's got Berserkers with hand axes again. But I think they're double, or they're reinforced because there's 2 Hornblowers in each. They're 160 points. A 3rd unit of Berserkers with hand axes. A 4th unit with Berserkers with hand axes. A 5th unit with Berserkers with hand axes. Aether Wings as a screen.
Yep.
Cheap.
Everyone gets access to them because they're Stormcast.
Yep. And the Vanguard Hunters, which is good.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're gone in the new edition as a separate unit because they come with Vanguard Raptors. You can't buy them separate.
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning they're not reinforced. It's just that the unit size is 10, and it says 1 in every 5 models can be a Hornblower. So.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Just 2 Hornblowers per each one. Got it. And then he's got the 2 evocations. He's got the Molten Inferno North, and the Runic Firewall. He's also got his terrain piece for 2 Warlord battalions for the extra artifacts, and 1980. Yeah,
that's a lot of dwarves.
A lot of dwarves. A lot of table
50
presence.
Berserkers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
5 units of 10.
They are 2 moons each on a 5-up save. He can give him a 6-up ward with the rune, I think. Or no, they always have a 6-up ward, don't they?
Yeah, then they go to a 5-up on the rune, isn't it?
I believe so.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I haven't played Cam in a while, but he actually came 2nd place at WCO, and it was him. It was this list. Pretty sure it was this exact list versus Khorne in the finals.
Right.
Alexa says the Aether Wings are there to score, surround, and destroy. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what Furies were doing for a lot of Chaos armies.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I mean, they do make a great screen as well. Like, if you just don't want something to get into you, 70 points, and you can protect something worth considerably more. It's not a bad call. I like that he's gone for a double Warlord here. He's just like, yep, I'm taking all of it.
Artifacts are good for Fire Slayers.
And like an extra command point, like twice per game, is pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, no, good list, good player. He's played Fire Slayers as long as I've known him, for years. So,
that's awesome. I love it. Like Fire Slayers are not my bag; they're the opposite of my bag. But but like I love seeing people who are just like they love an army so much that that's their thing. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wheel up Winnipeg.
Bison.
Death Army.
Got Court Barker.
Ooh, I don't know this guy. He's playing Death Army.
It's expected at this point.
Court Barker, Soulblight Grave Lords.
Oh, sick.
He's
Legion of Blood.
Saskatchewan guy. Yeah, Legion of Blood.
Yep. He's got Empire of Corpses as the Grand Strat, which I think is he wants to bring back summonable units like 3 times.
Right.
Yeah. He wants to replace 3 or more friendly summonable units. So don't kill the summonables. It's a joke because you probably have to get them off points, but yeah. He's got his Vampire Lord on... Yeah, 2,000 points. So his Triumph doesn't matter. Vampire Lord and Zombie Dragon, which has got the Cloak of Mist and Shadow, so basically he's on a unrendable 3-up save. Can't go up or down is the key thing there. And then he's got Neferata, which can also cast a spell to give something else an unrendable save, which is probably just going to be herself. So you're going to have two big old zombie dragons, or not zombie dragons, two big old like flying monsters with 3-up unrendable saves. The Vampire Lord and Zombie Dragon has Vile Transference. So if you're watching her most recent battle report, you'll see that it's basically like a wound siphon. You roll a number of dice equal to the target's wound characteristic, and for each 5-up, you deal a mortal wound and then heal a mortal wound back. But if you target like a big monster, something that could be like 15 or 20 dice, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And then I think Waste Away is that -1 attack, or is it -1 to wound? It's some debuff for.
Right.
For I think it's attack.
Waste Away is -1 to wound, -1 damage.
Ooh,
well, so, that's worse. Yeah, way worse.
That's way better if you're her, I guess.
yeah.
And then if the unmodified casting rolls a 9+, you can pick 2 units instead of 1. Oof. So yeah, that basically, and then Neferata projects a big -1 to hit bubble around her. So just a scary vampire unrendable -1 to hit castle.
Lady.
Then you've got 2 units of Black Knights, which are just going to be doing charge mortals.
Yep.
You've got 2 units of Death Rattle Skeletons, one of which is reinforced, which has pretty strong recursion. I think it's at the start of the combat phase for each one that's missing. You roll dice, and on a 4-up, one comes back. So that's also, it ties in really well to a battle tactic that they have, where they want to bring summonable, I think 6 or more models back to a summonable unit. So if that Death Rattle Skeletons unit that's 20 only has 5 left, super easy for them to get that tactic. Then they've got some Graveguard, which they could be putting under the ground and yeeting into you, because 10 Graveguard is scary. They've got the Great White Blades for the damage too. And then a unit of Blood Knights. So
yeah,
mobile. Yeah, really good.
Mobile. All around.
Mobile.
This is going to be a super mobile, super slappy, very tough list with pretty high recursion. So
it looks like a lot of fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
My only tip. A lot of units.
My only tip is that if you're going after either the Vampire Lord and Zombie Dragon or Neferata, commit to the bit. Yeah. 100%. You can't do most of the damage, because the hunger is going to bring 6 wounds back probably. And it's unrendable, so you really got to focus down one thing, otherwise it's just going to come back and be an absolute monster to deal with.
And again, if you want proof of that, watch our most recent battle report.
Yeah.
Yeah, good list. Real good. Saskatchewan guy.
Very cool.
Played him.
Yeah,
it looks good.
I love this, and we might need to steal some of this in the future, Carson. Yeah, add some of that to our battle reports. Okay. Spin that wheel. Gonna make you feel. We got Christian Robson. Yeah,
Robson. Destruction.
My son. Ooh.
Christian, our other Battered Bison boy.
That's 3 C names in a row.
Ooh. I don't know anyone else with the name C, or letter C at the start of their name.
Really? Don't know any Chris's or?
Nope. No one.
Oh wow, this is just pigs, big pigs mostly, and
it's bringing some fun.
Wow, that is cool. I'm not super familiar with it, but yeah, the Tusk boss is the ultra pig, the super big pig. And then he wrote it on here. Command trait, Monster Hunter, +1 tend, also known as Rend, against monsters with the axe. Artifacts, Da Boom Skull. Man, these names are amazing. Board-wide commands and 1 mortal wound to nearby unit. Mount traits, Propa Ard, ignore Rend for -1 attacks. I think he means attacks, ignore -1 Rend attacks, right?
I don't know.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Sure. So this is the Grunta Stampede is the Army of Renown that came out.
Yep.
With the
Yeah.
Iron Jaws
Oh,
version.
right. Good
Yeah.
point.
Yep. Which is that actually on Wahapedia? I wonder.
What's Head of the Herd?
All of this would be listed under the Army of Renown.
Oh, right.
Let's see.
I'll keep going while you're looking that up. And then he's got another. He's got a mount trait on the other one for +1 to hit and wound. On a +3.
Head of the Herd is when this battle ends. You complete your grand strategy if your general had a momentum score of 6 at any point during the battle and has not been slain.
That's freaking cool.
How do you get momentum again?
By running, charging, and that's it.
Right.
And then I think at the end of the battle round, it subtracts by 1 or something. So you're basically always wanting to run him. And then at a certain point, he can run and charge. So just the big thing is going to be keeping him alive. I don't think getting to 6 is going to be tough. Because you get D3 every time you run and charge.
Right.
So D3 for running, D3 for charging. So usually on turn 2, you're going to be able to run and charge.
Got it.
And then it's like easy to get to 6.
14 wounds on a 3+. Yeah.
Yep. Then the Grunta Stampede. I don't know. I feel like I haven't even looked at this yet.
What do you mean?
get the,
Isn't that the Army of Renown?
Yeah, the Army of Renown. It's
Oh, I see.
the Grunta Wa is every Orc War Clan subfaction has their own Wa essentially. And this one is each time a friendly Maw Grunta unit finishes a charge move, roll a dice for each enemy unit within. It says T on Wahapedia. I assume a 1 inch or a ½ inch or something of any models in that Maw Grunta unit. On a 3-up, they suffer D3 mortal wounds, so they just get impact hits. And then Hogs of War is Gore Grunt as their battle line, which makes sense. And then Here We Come is in the first battle round. Do not subtract 1 from the momentum score of friendly Maw Grunta units at the end of each turn. Okay, interesting. So you're stacking up that momentum pretty quickly. They've got 2. Let's see. They've got 2 monstrous rampages, which is one of them is just picking a unit and rolling more to double their wounds characteristic and slaying it. And then charge down is an extra move. So that's neat. Yeah.
So
something we'll have to look into more for sure, but it's just all pigs.
And how do they get a mount trait on everything? Is that part of the part of the subfaction, or what do you call it?
It says you can pick up to 3 friendly Maw Grunta units. We each have 1 mount trait.
That's
from
so
the table.
cool.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Man, this someone in the Krob said it's poop, but it's fun. It looks like a lot of fun.
This is
Yes,
to me
Krobs
kind of
is
reminiscent.
Christian.
It's you. Okay, got it.
It's you.
It's you.
This kind of reminds me of Owen's list with the crazy amount of monsters, where it's just look, I'm here for a good time.
Yeah.
One of us is
Not
going to
a
get
long
absolutely stomped. Yeah, exactly.
One
One of us is going to get stomped in the next hour and a half. Maybe it's me, but we're going to get some beers after anyway. So
I'm hoping that in the future, because I've actually at one point bought Iron Jaws, and this is way before any of their new stuff came out. And then I was just nope, it was the middle of the pandemic. That was a rash decision, and I sold it off, and but every now and again I get an itch. This is kind of it's like a pure Timmy army, and I'm not a pure Timmy player, but sometimes I go into pure Timmy mode, and this plus maybe a Kragnos, or maybe just this. I really like the Maw Crusher too. So if it doesn't have to be the problem right now is that this army, it's you kind of have to commit to a certain extent. You know what I mean? If you want to play big pigs, and it looks so much fun. Damn you, Christian! You're giving me
correctly. It's 7 big pigs, 8 big pigs, and 6 small
big pigs in here.
So, yeah, because you've got 2
what?
of the Maw Gruntas with Hack and Cruise. Then
He's
you've got a unit of 1.
Boss. He's got 2 Tusk Boss, which is a 1 big pig each, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then he's got a unit of 2 of the Gougers. So that's 4 pigs so far, big pigs.
Yeah.
And then he's got a unit of 1 Gouger. And then he's got, that's 5. And then he's got 2 of the Maw Gruntas with Hack and Crew. So sorry, 7 big pigs.
Wait, 2 of the Maw.
Right? Can I count 4?
I think
5, 6, 7. Yeah.
7 big pigs.
Yep.
Big.
Oh,
big.
I didn't even see the Maw Grunta at the bottom. What?
Yep. 7 big pigs and 6 small pigs.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm just bringing the bacon.
Oh my God. I couldn't be more jealous right now. Even if you lose every game, you win. Because you brought
win.
7 big pigs and 6 little ones.
This man is just walking up to his table with a George Foreman grill, pulling out a fresh pack of bacon and then frying it up as you take your first turn.
Oh, I couldn't be more jealous. This looks like so much fun. Sheesh. Okay.
Carson, don't tempt him. He's making chili for Sunday. He'll start grilling up some freaking bacon too.
I mean, why would we try and stop him from doing that? I don't get it. This just seems like a good idea. I like chili. I like bacon. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to turn off of this list, but I'm forced to. I'm sorry, everyone who feels like I do. Spin that wheel. And we got a destruction, so now we're fine. Right, Carson? We don't
Gates are open now.
Yeah. Or the gates are open. Andre Foot. Finally an A name.
Ooh,
right?
War Ogres. There we go. There we go. The destruction gates are open, so now it's going to be destruction for the rest of the show. If you don't play destruction, thanks for watching, everyone.
Go to hell.
But for all the destruction players out there, stick around because we're going for
That's true. Meat. And because it's Meat Fist, naturally, I will talk about it.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. Go ahead.
Yep,
Keep going. I mean, I actually feel like I could at this point. I played Ogres so much, but I mean, the #1 Ogre player in the world last year should probably take this.
According to ITC Internet Points, yes. So we've got Ogre Mod Tribes, 2,000 points, so he's not going to be getting a Triumph. Ready for Plunder, which is basically take what's theirs. Ogre Edition, he just wants more of his units wholly in your territory than you. Triumph doesn't matter, as we said. The Butcher is going to be having the Cleaver, which I think is the more attacks but damage 2. It's got Hoarfrost, which has got a lot of excellent targets. It's got 2 units of Iron Guts, Gluttons. Lots of good stuff it could go on. And then he's got a Frostlord on Stonehorn, which has got the El Clasico kit of an Arcane Tome and Rockmane Elder so that it can be giving itself Mystic Shield and it's -1 to wound. Got a 5-up ward as well. Bloodpelt Hunter, which is pretty interesting. And I think cool. Deadly Aim makes it so that he is hitting on 2s with his shooting attacks.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And the interesting thing, so there's some tech with the Bloodpelt Hunter. It can't be seen while it's in cover.
Right.
Or it's not visible while it's in cover. So that applies to like spells and shooting and whatnot. And then if it's more than 9 inches from enemy units, at the end of your enemy's movement phase, it can make a normal move. So it can just be like nabbing an objective, which is awesome.
Wow.
Getting some extra movement there. Then he's got, that's his general too. Then he's got a unit of Gluttons with the Lookout Noblar, which is -1 to wound against shooting. Extra attacks with the paired weapons, Iron Guts, which have the 6-up spell shrugs. A unit of Blood Belchers, which is just going to be like battle line tax, as well as, just something else you can proc the Trampling Charge on. He's got some artillery, the Iron Blaster, which is a must-have in my opinion. Getting that big 39-inch threat range, and then the 12-inch shotgun blast. And then he's got some Fellwater Troggoths, which is actually something that I've considered putting in some of my lists, where basically they don't have very long shooting, like it's 6-inch range. It is, yeah. But it's excellent to hide behind like the stuff that you really don't want to get hit. And if you'll notice, he doesn't actually have Noblars. He's got
interesting.
What's it called? He's just got like a big like core line of meat there, and then I'm assuming he's going to put his Troggoths right behind his like Iron Guts and Gluttons, so that if you charge into them, unleash hell if they do any damage, then you're going to be -1 to your save, and you can't have positive bonuses to your save, right. Which is really crippling for armies. Like if OBR is sending like a Mortis Guard into you or something like that, all of a sudden they can't save stack whatsoever, and they're -1 to save. And if they're within 3 inches of the Fellwaters, then it's just -1 to hit. So it's super, super big. So I could see him castling up with this list.
Wow. And he's got the Maw Pit.
He does have the Maw Pit, yeah. And also some Quicksilver Swords, which is just basically just for some like unnegatable,
Yep.
yeah,
Unmortable.
unnegatable, yeah, unmortable
yeah.
mortal wounds. So, yeah.
His general there. So the crossbow is a D3 damage, 2 shots, and the impaling spear is 1 shot of D6 damage. So, if that command trait is a +1 to hit, so it's 3s and 3s and 3s and 2s.
Oh, is it +1 to hit? I don't know. I thought it just.
I don't know.
Oh no, it just turns them into 2+ instead of 4+.
Wow.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah. So
yeah, just
2s
hitting
and
it.
3s and 2s and 2s. Ooh, scary.
Yeah, so just super reliable.
Dang. That's really fun too.
Yeah.
And I really like that model. I know some people made fun of it and whatnot when it first got shown, but I don't know. There's something about it. He just,
I got 2 of them. I'm hoping they're good in the next edition.
Nice. Hell yeah. I hope so too. That'd be sick. Does it come with any kind of like configuration, or is it just like the one model?
It's just actually, honestly, I haven't built either of them yet.
That's
so
fair.
I don't
Let
know.
me know. I'm curious. Someone said, by the way, Mabal said still somehow about the last list, they said it's still not the most amount of pork in one list at Bison. That's crazy. Yeah. That can't be possible.
That is facts.
What?
Facts.
Are we talking
It's all
about
pork
volume,
though.
By volume or by amount of pork?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Both.
What?
All right.
I find that hard to believe, but
we'll see if he comes up on the spin to win.
We have to. Okay, who can we just say his name so we can like pray for it?
Mike Sibian?
Mike Sibian. It's my balls.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop. Andre Foot. Good list.
Good list.
Really good.
Yeah. Okay. We good?
Good. Okay. Who's going next? My balls or
Mike. Oh, it's not gonna be
Mike.
Stephen Pawalski, I think. Yeah, it is. Steve.
It's got
I shouldn't be.
Boo Thane. Have you ever heard
always
of that
in the
before?
right place at the right time.
Ooh.
Puthan.
Weethan. Loves it. Okay.
Sharks.
Here we go. Creeping Gloomtide again. It's one of the better ones in terms of like, keeping your terrain around. He's got the classic Achillean King, Unstoppable Fury, Bladed Polearm, Amulet of Destiny. So for the 6-up ward, I like that actually because you really want to keep him alive. And then the Void Chill Darkness for -1 to hit. Tidecaster with Merciless Blizzard. Only 2 heroes, right? And then we've got sharks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's basically two Bloodthirsty Shivers. They got the change to from like exploding 6s to now we're getting auto wound, which is just like it's kind of just a more, like smooth.
It's not different.
It's not. It really isn't different, but like you're just not capable of spiking quite so hard. But it just speeds up the game, and I'm kind of here for it to be honest. And then we've got an the Ishlian Guard, which are the Shield Earls, 2 of them actually. We've got a Leviathan with a reverberating carapace, which means the +1 to your save in the bubble, it goes out to 15 inches from 12. Yep. Yeah. And so
huge.
Yeah, that's the best one. Like the other one, like you ignore -1 rand. Okay, thanks for nothing, And then we've got the Gloomtide Shipwreck, of course, 1970 points, so a solid bid, and it is I think a 1-drop. Yeah, Battalion.
Battle Red Ship.
Yeah. So no, it's not because the Alopexes are 1-drop each. So
so it's a 4-drop.
4-drop?
It looks like.
Let's see.
Just by his stars
1,
on his
2, 3 plus
1 shivers out.
Yeah, 4-drop. Just making sure. Yeah, 1 shiver would be out, and then so then you just add the other 2 units. Yep, right on. Very cool. I love it a lot. Best of luck. It's simple and it's good.
Be good.
And sharks are cool.
Yeah.
Everyone likes sharks. Okay.
Real good list.
Say it with me. Mike.
My balls. My balls.
Bison.
My balls.
Bacon. Bison. Okay. Bud Keller.
Bud.
Oh, it's Mega Mob.
Wise. Oh, I thought we were doing that.
Want me to read this one off? God, Bud Keller, tough crowd extraordinaire, party at all point host. It's his podcast.
Nice. So we got a trolls list here. Gloomspite Gits, Glog's Megamob. Yeah. So they're healing after they fight as well. Chasing the Moon is, I believe, having your general in the light of the bad moon for at least 3 turns. Dankhold Trog Boss with the Loon Skin, so he's getting a free Endless Spell, and the Glowy Howitz, of course, for the nice 4-up ward, and Scragrot while he's still good. And then a unit of Troggoths, Fellwaters, Rockgut, I should say Rockgut, Fellwater, Rockgut. One of them's reinforced.
Yep.
A Dankhold Troggoth. Why does that say 360 points? It must be
it's the big one, but he's not the hero version.
Yeah, but that thing isn't. It's not. I think it must be reinforced because Dankholds are like, yeah, I think they're 180. So I think it must be reinforced. It just doesn't say on here.
Find it right now.
Anyway, Gobapalooza, Hand of Gork.
It is 180 by default. Yeah.
Yeah, so it must be reinforced. And then Hand of Gork, and then Sneaky Snufflers. Sorry, Hand of Gork was on the Gobapalooza for the teleport, and Sneaky Snufflers to give stuff that doesn't already have. Probably going to go on the Dankhold Troggoths, to be honest, for the most part, because the Rockets already have a 5-up. Maybe on the Fellwaters, like later on in the game. Malevolent Moon is on there. I'm assuming it doesn't count towards it because he's got the Loon Skin. It's just showing it there, to let you know. Trog Herd Heavies.
What is that?
That's it's one unit of regular Troggoths and the boss, and it's like the Warlord Battalion where you get an extra artifact from it.
Okay, so he did
or
that. And he did another triumph because he has 2 triumphs. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that makes sense.
But don't you still if you want to get the triumph, to get the second triumph, don't you still have to be less points than the other person?
Correct. And he's 1990.
So that's an interesting choice.
But
he's only got 2 heroes. So
2 heroes, you can't do anything.
Yeah. Sheesh. Interesting.
Sure.
Huh. Wow. Okay.
There's a few 2,000 point armies, so
yeah.
Match up with that, you got 2 triumphs. Yeah.
I think I might have taken out the Snufflers out of this list personally, just because you've already got so many things that have the 5-up ward, but maybe not. I mean, it sure would be good to actually. It's good to have it on them. That's interesting. Okay. Best of luck to them. That's a cool list though. Overall, I think that's a really fun list. I like trolls. Trolls are cool. Big fan.
Bud loves his Gits, loves his trolls.
This is true.
Yeah, always a good time.
I like honestly, I like all of Gits. They're just such a cool army in general. But best of luck. I missed the wheel. Or it was delayed. That's what happened.
Oh, well, Bud's gonna kill it.
Okay, we got Andrew Matei.
Our first of 2 Starborn.
Ooh, okay.
Yep.
I'll take this one. We got Seraphon. Right. We got the Fangs of Sotek. Spellcasting Savant for his Grand Strat and his Triumph. He's a dominable, but he's 1980, so yeah, he could get it. Lord Croak, we all know what he does. Splashing Mortals. Ash with Bear to increase the ranges. And the ward save.
And +1 to cast too. So
+1 cast.
Yeah.
And he's a what do you call the new parts of Seraphon that get you points?
Oh, Starborn?
Cosmic Node.
Oh, yes, the node.
Yeah.
I see.
He's a node. Yeah. Yep. Then Slan, Starborn, General, Command Trees, Lower Celestial Residence, and he's got this Space Folders Stave, Comet's Call for a spell, and he's also got Blizzard. So he can summon a unit within 7 inches instead of 9. Comet's Call to splash the mortals board wide unbinds. And Blizzard, if you get close enough to him, he could probably cast it off, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah. This Lord of Celestial Resonance is kind of interesting because it got a pretty big nerf somewhat recently.
It did.
So instead of it being 2 cosmic points for each spell that you cast or unbind, it's just the first one.
It's just the first one, yeah.
But he's your caster. There's not a ton of things.
It's still strong, though, just because, like, when you rack up those points, it gets kind of out of control pretty quick. So, yeah. I really hope in the new edition they balance Starborn versus Coalesced. I'd like Coalesced to be good once. That'd be cool.
It's also unbind too. So you do that, you're getting 2 extra summon points a turn.
That's
it's
true.
Like a battle round.
But like before, it used to be like 6
Everyone,
for just that one guy per turn, and then also in the Anyway,
here's a tip against Starborn because screw you, Starborn players.
Yep. Especially Eric.
If you're playing an army that isn't like reliant on your spell casting, just do not even try to cast.
Yeah.
Because you're just feeding them points essentially. Because they're going to be plus 2 or 3 to unbind, and they're going to be getting their extra primals because they're Endorian acolytes. Like you're just feeding them. You're feeding their like recursion engine essentially. Yeah. So.
Or possibly like a crazy amount of mortal wounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Unless you're like Titsnitch or Lumineth, just lay off. Right.
Yeah. And so then we got from there, we got a Starseer. It's got like your basic, Seraphon build. Horrorfrost on him to buff. And he's also got Cosmic Crush.
And then Ioda's Cryptborn. That's different.
Which is actually a really good combo because he can splash mortals too.
Right.
And keep you so you get against death armies especially. Like if you light them up when you do shooting attack, you heal that instead of all your other healing, so no other recursion.
Well, also he's mobile, he's a monster, and he's slappy.
Mobile.
And that's the one thing that they lack. Right.
You could also teleport with the heroic action in your turn for Seraphon, so you can throw Croak down the field, and you can throw them up, splash a bunch of mortals, and then drop things from the skies.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying you could teleport Ionis. Oh no, he has transloc.
No,
he doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No.
Yeah. So he can't teleport.
No, but he has a 12-inch move and then a 12-inch shooting attack. So yeah,
I think it's 14-inch move, isn't it?
Oof, even better.
I could be wrong.
5 guard, 10 warriors with clubs, 10 skinks. And then he's got the pendulum and Suffering Gavetide for battle reg, and then also command entourage.
+1 for the I think he added a spell because he's got Lore of Primal Frost, Merciless Blizzard, and Comet's Call here.
Yeah, he did that. 1980. It says here, additional enhancements. His spell, 4-drop, 95 wounds. Good list. I've ran this list. It can hit hard. It can also get fold if you don't get the double. So you're planning for that double, and it's a tough list. It can splash mortals board wide.
Very cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So right, because the Starseer and the Slan are both below. Got it. Okay. Cool. Best of luck to our lizard friends. Yeah.
Wheel of Bison.
Bison. What do we got? Dave.
What we got?
Bonsler. Okay.
Our other,
the other Beast of Chaos player.
The other Beast of Chaos, our other member of our council of Battered Bison.
Also playing All Herd.
Yep, nice. He loves his beast right now. He's been on a tear with them, and he's having fun. He's mad that they're going, but he's going.
I don't blame him. The end. One bit. Absolute best of luck. GW might not smile upon Beast of Chaos, but we do. We're reviewing both of them.
We do. And he's watching it right now. We do, Dave. We do.
Dave.
Oh,
also, Mike.
Mike.
Was Mike? Mike!
Hi, Mike! Oh, he's back. Hi. Good. You know who we're reviewing? Dave's list.
Oh, Dave. Okay, I thought you were gonna say James. I was like, wait, should I go? Should I leave for a minute?
So, wait.
I'll take Dave's list here for a spin.
Nice.
I got Beast, All Herd, Grand Strat is Desecrating Brayherd, and Triumph is Indomitable, but he is 1970, so decent chance. Doom Bull, General Bestial Cunning with the Slither Rack Helm. He's got a great Bray Shaman with the Trumpet to bring 10 more Gores or Ungores on.
Yeah.
So that to replace their summon mechanic. And he's got Blizzard. And he's got a second Bray Shaman with Blizzard. He's got 6 Bulgors, your basic loadout with Cleaving Axes, another 6 Bulgors, 10 Gores, 10 Gores, 10 Ungors, 10 Ungors, 10 Ungor Raiders, a Gorgon, a Herdstone, and a Warlord Battalion. So he's coming at you with the Bulls, typical Beast of Chaos kind of thing. He's got 2 units of 6 instead of a 9 and a 3. One will be 9 away, one will be 6 or
7
away. 7, but +1 to charge. So they're coming in you hard. +2, yeah. So yeah, that's the hammer in the list. A lot of Gores, a lot of bodies on objectives. And then the All Herd, that's the one where you rally back faster, right?
No, D3 +3 every battle shock phase for all the little ones.
Little Gores, yeah.
Yeah.
So a bunch of units of 10 that would just keep coming back to max size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off-board shooting,
Basically.
off-board heroic actions, coming in from the board edges with ambush, the 1 deep strike or 2 deep strikes. Yeah. It's a good list.
It's really cool. Absolute best of luck. Is the Gorgon, that's like a single Gorgon? Were they 240 points? Wow, I didn't remember that.
They're pretty violent.
They are. It's true. I just, I couldn't remember.
You run them through what it does. That's the attacking one.
The rock one, right?
No,
other one.
The forearm.
4 arms.
Oh.
It's got like a whole
5
bunch of
saves,
damage, 3
wounds.
attacks. It eats things. It heals, swallows models whole.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty. It's pretty nasty, and when it's one of those ones that gets to like remove models, but it also is one of those rare choices where it just has to like beat your wounds characteristic, and it doesn't care if you have a mount. So on a 6, it will eat a Varangard.
Damn.
And I think it gets like 3 chances.
Roll a dice.
Jeez.
Roll
cool.
a dice.
It's pretty ignorant.
Can you imagine just rolling the 666 and just taking out a unit of Vanguard?
Oh yeah, it's
so long.
If you pick a unit within 3 and roll a dice for each model in the unit, if you roll is greater than the wounds characteristic, it is slain. And then you heal.
What?
So if you eat a Varangard, you heal. So if you have a pack of 3 Varangard, you roll 3 dice.
Wait, if you have a pack of 6, you roll 6 dice?
You roll. Well, it's within 3 inches. So you have the Vanguard have to circle around.
Yeah, still.
It's also equal to or less than a certain value, which is capped at 3. So it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like to a maximum of 3 dice.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Still. That is
it's
spicy.
The last game I played with Dave, I actually played him with my Slaanesh, and yes, he absolutely ate 2 of my Sick Blade Seekers, and it was pretty. I was pretty upset about it. Well, they were going to die anyways, but
yeah.
Do it like that.
Yeah, that's true. Insult to injury. Is it equal or beats, or is it just beats?
I think it's beats.
Beats? Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's greater than the wounds characteristic, yeah, so beats.
Okay.
But still, that's like really not chill when you're eating things that are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Tozen.
Yeah.
Chaos Knights. On a 50-50.
I noticed you picked all chaos things.
Brutes.
A special hate. Yeah. Eels, perhaps.
Savage Orc Pigs.
Yeah.
More bacon. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how many wounds are Gorgruntas? Are they 6?
5.
They're 5, so you
them
could
too.
eat them. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe there'll be
Turn
more
on.
bacon on the menu.
More bacon.
Wow. Okay. I think it's really cool. Gorgons are awesome.
Yeah, they're kind of glass hammery though. They only have like a 5-up save.
For
They can't
sure.
do
5-up
commands.
save.
The whole army.
But,
yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
But boy, do they lean into it.
Wheel of Bison.
Jazz hands. David Pate. Pate. I like Pate.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is a great list. I don't know who this guy is. I think he's from Alberta. But
This
this list is
which I think is Taps Games.
Yeah.
That's
From
what I thought
Edmonton?
from Edmonton. Yeah. I'll run through this one because it's fun. Cities of Sigmar, Greywater Fastness subfaction, Slaughter of Sorcery, to kill the wizards, Inspire Triumph, but he's got 1950, so yeah, doable. Warden King General, so Dwarf General, command trait Insurmountable Resilience. He's got an artifact Heavy Metal Ingot, a Rune Lord with the Book of Grudges, and Prayers of Rune of Wrath and Ruin. That's interesting. Rune Lord with Curse, Warden King, another one with the Nullstone hand-carved icon, Longbeards, Reinforced, Longbeards, Ironbreakers, Reinforced, Ironbreakers regular, 2 Ironwell Grey Cannons, a Gyrocopter Squadron, so it's pack of 3, and the Hammers, I think they're upgraded for 280. Wizard Finders, Battalion, and a Warlord Battalion for that extra artifact.
Goodness.
Dwarves. We brought dwarves in cities. And I haven't seen it anywhere, and I am pumped for this. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. Come every time. David, come down every time. This is great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow. And there's a lot of dwarves.
I think the dwarves and the elves in the cities book are more fun and better than the humans, and that is my unpopular opinion.
They're just not new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not new.
The cool thing. There's less.
They're way
buffs.
sexier.
The elves are
general.
good. The elves are really good, and they have a good combo. Dwarves lack it in the book for rules, but this list is cool.
I mean, who isn't sexually attracted to dwarves? Am I right?
Short and thick.
Indeed. Awesome. Okay. Well, best of luck in the tourney.
Good luck, Dave. David. Pate. Wheel of Sigmar.
Okay, we got Yuri Balko.
Yuri? Oh, so this is going to be a good match against the Gorgon.
Archaon is Band of Misfits.
Archaon and Friends. Slaves of Darkness. Yuri rockin'. Knights of the Empty Throne. Grand Strat is Overshadow. Triumph Inspired at 2,000 points. Nope. Archaon.
Knights of the Empty Throne?
Yeah, Knights of the Empty Throne, yeah.
Are you sure it's Knights and not Ever Chosen?
It is Knights.
Right,
that's what they
It is
chose.
Knights, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I thought you couldn't take Archaons.
I don't think there's anything that says that. I think just thematically it's spitting in the face of the subfaction. But no, that's just me.
I think
Yuri would do that.
I think the last incantation of it, you couldn't actually take Archaon in the faction.
Interesting.
I thought in the Wrath of Ever Chosen book when it came out.
Oh, maybe.
I thought I remember that.
Big Poppy's 800 points. Ooh.
Nice, and we got
that's
Alexa is in the chat, so we're
Yeah, he is.
that's
yeah,
awesome.
he is.
Demonic Speed on Archaon. He's got Chaos Sorcerer Lord, General, Mark of Slanesh. Command trait is Idolator Lord. What's that do, Mike?
Idolator Lord makes him a priest and does a bunch of stuff for all the garbage in the book that no one takes because it's not even in the game anymore because no one cares about cultists. But he's a priest.
Stuff.
Oof.
But he's a priest.
He's got
Also,
a Infernal Puppet.
Just to follow up on the Archaon being in Knights of the Empty Throne thing, one of the things in Knights of the Empty Throne is that if Archaon is not in the list, one of the Varian Guard can be picked as the general. So he's just not benefiting from that one part of it.
Cool.
Yeah. One of the Varangard models in a unit is your nominated general, and he can rally Varangard on a 4 and resurrect his own unit on a 5 or something like that.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. It's coming back.
Got it.
I played this faction.
What's Infernal Puppet do?
Infernal Puppet is the one where he picks a wizard within 24 inches at the beginning of an enemy hero phase, and every time you cast a spell, you take damage before you cast the spell. And if you die, too bad, so sad, do not pass go.
Yeah. Sweet. And he's got Chaotic Conduit for spell.
I think that's the one that gives you just an Eye of the Gods roll, which is a free battle tactic.
Yep. Prayers is heal. Then straight, so he's got 2 characters, and then he's got Battle Line, Varangard, 560, so this would be reinforced. 6 Fellspear, Market Corn, Varangard, Market Corn, a 3-pack. He's got Chaos Warriors, Market Nurgle, 180, so that's just regular, with the Sorcerer Banner, the Eroding Icon. He's got Endless Spells, the Doom Sigil, and the Gravetide for Battle Reg, 2,000 points on the nose. Archeon and friends. A little more fleshed out than...
What is Archeon's mark? What did he give him?
He gets to pick, remember?
He gets to pick. But usually... Does it start of the game?
I think.
That was your list.
Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't say in his list. So I would assume start of the game. Yuri, you're in the chat. Tell us.
It's been a long time since I played.
At the start of the game. Let me just check.
And we should point out at this point that there's usually about a 30-second to a minute delay. So
it says after the players have received their starting command points, but before the start of the first turn, you can pick one of the following marks of chaos keywords.
Right.
And he has undivided in addition. So
nice.
Oh, in addition.
That's sick.
Yep.
In addition.
What a dirty birdie he is.
I got a question about the last list when we're done this list.
Okay.
So carry on.
Were you reading it? Oh, okay.
I think that's pretty much it. Archeon touches people in the no-no spots, and so do his friends. And that's what it is.
Maybe he's going to pick Slaanesh.
Yeah, and Archeon has got demonic speed, so the Varangard are going to be able to run and charge. So, and 3d6, what's it called? 3d6 charge as well if he gets that spell off. So they're getting into whatever they want to get to. So make sure to screen, kids. Make sure to screen.
And sometimes that won't even help since they just fight 2 times anyways when they're bored.
Well, also
make sure to stand behind your screen, kids.
Also, there's 2 endless spells to get in there and slap ahead of time. So.
Yep.
Yeah, Gravetide.
No triumph for you, though. Yeah. Cool. Best of luck, Yuri or Alexa, whichever you prefer.
Fun fact, he won the Wheat City Open in Brandon with his corn.
Nice.
Yep.
Big chaos guy, this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Last year,
every army.
Yeah, last year was his year of chaos, so he was doing he cycled through every army from Slaanesh to Skaven to slaves. Yeah, yep.
We should call him.
I think the only one who didn't actually get a lot of play with was Tzeentch, I think, but he does have all the greater demons because he took a family photo not that long ago.
Okay, I feel like I know I don't know Alexa, but I feel like we should call him Alexa Undivided because he's representing all the chaos factions. What do you think, Alexa? Let me know. If you hate it, too bad. It's now forever.
Too bad. That's how nicknames work.
Okay, quick question about City's list.
Oh, okay. I already spammed the thing, but
that's fine. How do you make the battle line? Like, 'cause he's got a squad of them. Is it a character that makes them battle line? Somebody asked, how are they reinforced twice if they're not battle line?
Well, you can reinforce. Well, what Longbeards and Hammerers will all be battle line because of the Warden King? No,
I don't know. I can't remember, but Gyrocopters he's got 3 of them here.
Yeah, they probably get battle line as long as you have a Dwarden.
It's not that it's triple reinforced. It's that they have that weird thing where they can either be a unit of 1 or a unit of 3.
Like
just like the Sharks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Sharks aren't. Can they be a unit of 3? Maybe. But yeah, it's not reinforcing. It's just a weird thing. I think it's like the Scourge Runner Chariots kind of work the same way.
Same with the Chaos Chariots.
Yeah, exactly.
You can buy them in 1s or 3s.
So you buy a 3-pack, you don't reinforce them. Got it? Cool. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure you could actually technically reinforce the 3-pack so you could have 6.
We got Kenrick.
Not that makes a lot of sense, but you're allowed.
We got Kenrick. Stormcast Eternals.
Kenrick?
Man who isn't even here.
Who let this guy in?
Yeah. another member of Saga of Dice.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be coming. We're on the same flight, actually. Same flight, same Airbnb. So Dom, kill him first. He's playing Stormcast Eternal, Scions of the Storm. Wave the pillow at the camera. Is anyone here like super familiar with Stormcast, or should I just fumble my way through it?
Fumble your way through.
Woo! Sounds good. Astral Templars, which is a subfaction. Grand strategy is going to be Slaughter of Sorcery. Then he's got Inspired Triumph with 1980, so he's got a decent Triumph bid. He also is bringing on a Scriptborn with Translocation, so he could potentially be auto-chanting that on a 6 if he wants to, or doing his 2 chance. Lord Celestant on Dracoth, which has the Luckstone, so that's going to be doing like an automatic 12-inch charge, essentially. So it could basically be dropping in and then just like yeeting into whatever it wants to. And it's actually not that big of a base profile, so there's a chance it can kind of weave around your screens pretty well.
Wow.
Lord Imperatant, which I want to say is the guy that allows dropping in outside of 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Master of Magic.
He's got the Master of Magic and the hand-carved Nullstone icon, so he can be re-rolling his Unbinds if he wants to.
Well, one of them.
One of them, yes.
One.
Right.
Per phase.
Yeah.
And also he can't add primals if he does that either, so that's like a last-ditch. I just want to see if I can get this out of the way.
For sure.
He's got some Liberators, 2 packs of Vanguard Hunters, which I believe can teleport instead of making a normal move. Then he's got 2 units of Annihilators with Meteoric Grand Hammers, which are presumably going to be coming down one at a time, dropping outside of 7, and just absolutely bashing whatever they come into contact with. Quester Soul Swarm, which is just value, honestly. Like, I think it's 6 dudes, and they've got like 3 attacks each, Ren 1 and 2 damage, and they can teleport once per game outside of 9.
That's so cool.
They count as 3 each on objectives, which is the big thing. So that unit at full strength is like 18 bodies on an objective. So it doesn't take much more than that to wrestle a giant off of it, which is kind of crazy. He's got some Vanguard Raptors. I know, yeah. Vanguard Raptors with long strike crossbows. They've got 30-inch range. They're basically fishing for 6s to do mortal wounds. But still a pretty good shooting profile. Ren 2 damage.
Ren 2, I was going to say that they don't even need to fish. And
and
we've got a short out.
yeah, that's true. Him failing 3 volleys.
Oh, man.
No 6s on 3 volleys. Then he's got a Storm Strike Chariot, which stole Trampling Charge from Ogres, and Warlord Battalion and 2 Redemption Brotherhoods, which I'm not sure what those are. So, yeah, this is a pretty, like, a mixed list. It's got a bunch of different stuff going on. Definitely some hammers that are dropping down outside of 7 and just, like, dumping on whatever they come into contact with. But, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, he's not a wizard, Kale. He's just a guy with a love of unbinding, because he's got that Nullstone.
Just a man.
Yeah.
Just a man doing
I
things.
knew more about this list than I thought I would going into it. I was like, oh, I've seen all these things.
Yeah.
Isn't this the guy that plays Gits? And he's like, oh, I'm going to try Stormcast for the hell of it.
Actually, this is his first army.
He went back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
End of the edition.
Going back to Stormcast Eternals. Best of luck to Kenrick. He won't need it, but I'll give it to him anyway. You know. But Dom, make sure you eat him first. Because yeah.
Eat him.
Yeah, because Carson is, he's younger, so the meat is more tender, so you want to save that for after.
Yep. For every hour you let me live, I will give you 1 Kraken dice. How about that, Dom?
That's a lot of
terrible
Kraken
deal.
Dice, so you get a pillow in the face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm only there for like 48 hours, so it's not that crazy.
Matt, is your luggage gonna like be under 50 pounds?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm bringing a display board in my luggage, so maybe not.
We got
Same one from LVO?
No, it's different. I updated it.
Ooh.
Yep. Got a resin pour. It's got some.
For sure over 50 pounds.
Ooh.
It's a small one. It's a little bit.
It's Destruction.
Oh.
Dallas Sigurdur. We got Taker.
Oh, Dallas!
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
First the Giants. Here we go.
And Kragnos? This man knows how to have a good time.
Something
Big
behemoth
toad
that
people.
isn't King Broad Stomp. That's nice.
That's wild. Yeah, he's
I got a quick story here. The first RTT we had, Kyle from Lethbridge came down. It's round 3, and he comes to me. He's like, "Hey man, that table over there is getting really heated. That's top table." And I'm like, "No, top table's on this side of me." I'm like, "Oh no, that's Dallas playing last." He's like, "What?" He's like, "They're yelling at each other." I'm like, "Yeah, they're trying to lose because what we do with the Battered Bison, if you lose, we give the loser new dice. Your dice suck. Here's some new ones." So they're yelling, "Hit me, wound me. I'm gonna fail my save. Damn it, I saved." They're screaming at each other. The loudest game of the whole event, trying to lose and be the biggest loser.
That's amazing. So
And
the
no
win
scores,
dice.
obviously.
the wooden spoon is you get new dice.
You get brand new
Yeah.
dice, your choice. We got a couple variety.
Wow.
Variety's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dave says,
Yeah,
"Go
Dallas
Dallas,
is a
nicest guy ever."
See,
is.
there you go. He is. Any
That's
game, any day.
I mean, he knows how to have a good time. He's got 5 giants, or 4 giants and Kragnos. And Kragnos is the most fun, like, single unit to use in this entire game. Like, that's just having a good time.
I've played against this list. It's fun.
It looks like it.
It is fun.
Yeah. I could see myself being a Kragnos stan, you know, like
Enthusiast.
Kragnos giant stan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got Kragnos. He's 2 up. He hits hard and he slaps. Absolutely slaps monsters and stuff alike with his charge stuff. You got the Kraken Eater for controlling objectives. I don't know what Monstrously Tough does, but he's got the Amulet of Destiny for the 6-up ward, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
And then you've got King Broad. So he's doing his things. He's slapping guys, and he's got like a prayer mechanic that's on his war scroll. And you got 2 little man crusher babies on the table, and that's it. Foot Sloggas, Battalion, and Bosses of the Stomp. Those both sound like giant battalions. I don't know what they do. Maybe Dallas is here. You can tell us. But 960 points. That's pretty. That looks like so much fun. To just like have 5 models. Like your movement phase is such a dream. So jealous.
And then just roll dice for Kragnos, belly bump something into Doom. It's all good.
Mwah. Chef's kiss.
And 3d6 charges.
And 3 to 6 charges. That's true. That's actually like a big thing.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the funniest things you could do with Kragnos too is like you could really make a KO player think twice about standing and shooting, because if he stands and shoots you and he does a damage after you belly bumped one of his boats, you flip out and scream at everybody and everyone in the boats.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's a scary matchup.
Yeah.
It's
on a
really
5
rough
up,
stand
but
and shoot.
still, it's like it could just go off, right?
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Random question, because I haven't played Giants so much. When they suplex you, can they only suplex enemy units?
I think it's enemy monsters. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You can suplex an enemy monster, and then both the monster and the suplexer get always strikes last.
Yeah.
But
Oh, sick.
yeah.
Oh, and
I don't know if you
apparently
can grab your friend and throw him on the other side. So it's like, 2 giants just tussling each other over.
that would be funny. Apparently, Monstrously Tough is 5 extra wounds, and with the Amulet of Destiny, that's a lot to chew through.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 extra ward save.
40 wounds.
Yeah.
Oofta.
Loves
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, Dallas is a gem, and he's in contention already for best sport.
Heart of a Champion.
Heart of a champion. Wheel
Of Bison. Brian Balneves.
Brian, Chaos.
Oh, Chaos. Yep, the Wall of Iron. Here it comes.
Oh, he's good. He won an RTT just a little bit ago.
He did. He did his whole list just hilariously trounced my Slaanesh. Like I zigged when I should have zagged, and he just Homer Simpson right through me, and I was like, I can't do anything. He's like, I'm gonna walk forward and I'm gonna do this, and if you get in my way, it's on you. And that's exactly what he did. And he walked me into the dirt, and I was like, Yep.
By the way, I just wanted to point out that Kale says if YOLO was a human, Dallas would be his avatar in the best way. What a description. I want someone to say something like that about me. Oh my God, that's so awesome.
Brian had a funny at the Brandon Wheat City Open. He had a similar list, but he had all his characters are wizards with Blizzard, and then they played the one match against Dave where when your wizard blows up, it does mortal wounds at a distance of its wound characteristic. So he all the wizards kept blowing up and being blow up.
Well, his list at Wheat City is different than this one because this one's ever chosen and the RTT was ever chosen. But at Wheat City, he was Cabalist and he had like a demon mounted character, 2 Karkadraks, but they're all turning into wizards. So he had like just chain reactions of explosions happening, but they're all like huge bubbles because all these wizards have like 9 and 10 wounds.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you're right in the middle of Dave's army. Yeah, it was good.
Carson, did you want to take this list or?
Sure.
Yeah, it's up to you. I don't think Mike can see the lists, right?
That says it's open on BCP.
I can take a look at it. It's host of the Ever Chosen, which basically means he gets a second ensorcel banner, and the Warriors and Knights and Chosen are going to be rallying on 5s instead of 6s. He's got a Demon Prince, which is his general. Command trait is not to be denied, which I actually don't even remember what that is.
He always gets his heroic action no matter what.
Gotcha.
As long as someone else does the heroic action, he can always do his.
Right.
I see. So you're basically getting 2 heroic actions per turn.
Yeah.
That's fun. Huh.
It is
but
fun.
Against a Nurgle clock, you wouldn't get either.
But then he's got Mark of Titsnitch, right?
Yeah. So he's a lore master.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But I ran a 3 Demon Prince list and it was super fun into spoilers because they all get command traits. And then I had no wizards, so I got a Nullstone, but you have a Tzeentch marked Demon Prince who gets to like lore master in for battle tactics when you need him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty spicy. The only thing is it doesn't say whether he has wings or the trophy rack. I assume it's wings. But that would be a good thing to note. That he's got a second Demon Prince, which have the talons instead of the axe. Has Arcane Tome, Nurgle, so he can be shutting off your ward if he wants to with this heroic action. So probably both those Demon Princes could be using the heroic actions if they wanted to. He's got a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, which does Hoarfrost, Mark Slanesh, presumably so that he can be having those Chaos Knights down there run in charge for his CP. Then down in the battle line is the absolute iron wall that Mike was talking about. He's got 15 chosen, which are Nurgle with the eroding icon.
Dang.
Have fun.
So that's 45 wounds on a 3-up with -1 to wound and -1 to your Ren characteristic.
Someone tell him he's gross.
There's one
Nurgle.
There's one trick against the eroding icon though, which is that if you can get Hoarfrost on something, the Ren characteristic cannot be modified on something that has Hoarfrost.
Right.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
Sorry. But
that
then you've
is
got
interesting, though. That's a
Chaos Knights, which are Mark of Chaos Corn. So +1 attack on the charge. They've got the banner of range, so they'll be +1 to wound as well. This army wants to be charging for sure. And then another block of 10 Chaos Knights, Slanesh, so they can run in charge, and they have the banner of Screaming Flesh, so they +1 attack on the charge as well.
How does he have?
And +1 to run. Yeah, +1 to run in charge, +1 attack on the charge. And then I think their banner is that their musician is they can just change one of the dice to a 4 in the charge roll.
Yeah.
So they're getting into whatever they want to get into, basically.
And does
pretty much all the time.
Was Host of the Ever Chosen you get an extra banner?
Yep. There's 3 banners here.
And then the Warlord. Got it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Warlord and Sorcel banner.
That's really fun.
He's got every mark in that army.
Yeah.
Horns each.
Yep.
God
that's
dang.
crazy.
That's pretty pure. I really like this.
And he's got more heroes than units, I think.
You're back.
Wow.
Equal.
Yeah.
3 and 3.
But that's kind of nice. That's kind of,
Yeah.
I like it.
Pretty good. 6 drops.
It's a mood.
Yeah.
1990 points. So he's got a triumph bit, but it's not crazy. And then Bloodthirsty, so he can reroll his charge if he does get that triumph.
And then he's just the amount of drops that he is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Pretty spicy.
That's actually a really fun list. Carson, why aren't you this cool and running this list?
I don't have this many knights.
Get on it.
I actually have 10 chosen painted, but I only have 10 chosen. So.
Okay. Well, get on it. I've said it before and I'll say it again.
I'm sorry.
Get on it. What you waiting for? Or get some Ogroids in there.
I'm not that far away from having this painted.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, that's not true. I need to paint 15 more knights. That's the big thing. That's a bit of a barrier, but
make it happen.
Yeah.
Or Ogroids. There's some play here, but I like the theme of this list. Anyway, best of luck to Brian. Okay.
Wheel of Bison.
I like that your camera turned on to say that.
Yeah.
You appeared.
You like that? It's time.
Michael Simone.
Oh,
It's the bacon.
He has
It's bacon
no list.
time.
Is it?
bacon.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to
Wait,
I
no.
was so afraid because I saw there was another Michael there, and so I
don't
was
think it
so afraid.
I think we're mistaken.
Oh really?
There's also Christian's bacon.
We already went through that one. You missed that one, yeah.
Oh, did you? Oh,
and,
okay.
then my ball's like, there's more bacon in another list. So Michael Nono Mura has no list. We don't know if he's in or not. It sounds like
No, this is. He said Michael Simeon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Simeon?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's the bacon list.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay.
My bad.
Oh, that's what you mean. Bone Splitters. Bone
Nice.
Splitters is ready.
Who's ready?
Does
Ready,
anyone know what
boys?
any of this stuff does? I assumed
Nope.
that you meant volume.
So Icebone is
Sixes
wound
are
rolls of
mortals.
Sixes are sixes. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, it cut out.
Wound rolls of sixes are mortals.
Oh, wow. In addition
Yeah.
or instead?
I think it's an addition.
Damn.
Is it an addition? I'm gonna
I think
check
it's an
that.
addition because it's on the wound roll.
That usually is sort of how they go, but wow. Wow. 40 wild hogs. Good God. That's a lot. That's a lot.
No, it's you deal mortal wounds equal to the weapon's damage characteristic, and the
Oh, I
attack
see.
sequence ends.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeepers
So this-
creepers.
I did have a chance to take a look at this list. He's got 4 savage big bosses, which just kind of slap on their own. I think there's 6 attacks at 2 damage each.
They're so
Um,
cheap.
Jeez.
But we're just
80
super
points?
cheap.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The big thing is that this army, they get a pregame move. Great Hunter makes it so the pregame move is 8 inches instead of 5 inches. He's got a Wergog Prophet, which excellent. He's got the it's got the big old stare.
Excellent.
This whole army has a
Spin to
6-up
win.
ward, but because of glow and tattoos, he's got a 4-up ward. So when he does the stare, it's less dangerous to himself. Then Power of the Werebore. What is that? I think that's like Rend.
I don't know, but that's like one of
Yeah,
the coolest
it
things I've ever heard.
Buffs
Power of the
rend and
werewolf.
attacks or something on the mounts.
Oh,
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To your next hero phase, add 1 to run and charge rolls and add 1 to hit rolls. Oh,
my question though is if it's a
Oh.
werebore, is it part orc, part boar, or is it part human, part boar? Is he riding a part human, part boar?
Minotaur.
that would be odd.
Kind of hope it's the latter.
A Borator.
No, this is actually.
Be
It's
careful how you pronounce that.
It's just making it so that +1 to run and charge, and then +1 to hit. But they can't
Okay.
shoot. So. Then
Minotaur.
he's got Hoarfrost. The Maniac Weird Knob has more bony bits, which is
Gross.
add 1 to casting, dispelling, and unbinding for each enemy monster within 24 inches of the bearer. So
That's a big bubble.
I think
that is a pretty big bubble.
I think
And again,
Mort's
it's,
bony bits is why this army's getting retired.
Yeah.
That's
probably.
that's rough.
Get it
It's
outta
got
here.
Bastion, so it can do a hero phase move once per battle. Glowy green tusks, which I think that's the one that is it buffs the
Oh,
The mount.
the mount. It's like +1 rend and glowy green tusks.
by the way, the Wergog
By
Prophet
2.
is another thing that's just really fun. Hey,
Yeah.
100%.
I actually still
That's
have one
Dom.
painted in my basement.
nice.
And then the Weird Knob
Axe
has
too.
Weird Knob has Merciless Blizzard. He's got 4 units of 5 Savage Boar Boys.
That's
stickers.
crazy.
Which I think he's just spamming attacks at this point. I think.
Weight of
and I
dice.
think so. The WA for Bone Splitters is that it's
They
like
all
a
get 4
defensive thing.
boards.
Yeah, they all get a 4 board
Yeah.
for that combat phase. So it's just like,
Well,
you think
no,
you're gonna do
sorry,
something
it's
this
not
time?
It's not a 4-up ward. It's a +2 to their ward save. So the
Right.
the Wergog actually goes down to a 2+ ward.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So it could be like the turn that you think that you're gonna kill the Wergog. He's gonna go nope, and
when he
If
gets
they
in
try it,
range to
try
do
next
some
time.
zapping, then that's
yeah. So it's pretty nasty actually, because some people are probably going to be lulled into a false sense of security going after the Wergog, dumping a bunch of stuff into it, and then 83% of the damage is going to be absolutely negated on average. So
Can
you have to do
you-
way more than you thought.
Fun fact.
My purple people eater, which is code for my marsh crawler in my my Cruel Boys army, has stolen the most things he's stolen are Wergog profits. I think I've kidnapped about 4 of them.
wow.
Hold on. We are wrong, actually. It is
Okay.
it just sets it to a 4-up instead of a 6-up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So
And-
inevitably
and-
the chat is going to jump on us for that because we're a minute behind.
Yeah,
but-
minute, yeah. Can you call the WA? Is it only in your turn or is it in either turn?
Start of the combat phase.
The combat phase. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a great defensive tool. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think the
What a
Iron
cool
Jaws
list.
one is the only one that you call in your own.
I thought the KB one was too, but I almost always forget
the
it.
KB one is whenever you pick your general to fight.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay.
But the Bone Splitters are the only like defensive WA.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything else is more offensive.
KB is more of a
Yes.
flex one too. You know.
Yeah, the KB
Oh,
one
hold
is you pick 3 units.
Right.
We were correct that you can get to a 2-up because it's the artifact that gives you +2 to your ward.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
See, I knew
Yeah.
it was there somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
got it.
So you know what?
Word.
We're still right. It's fine.
Right. My balls caught it, and we're
That's all that
we're
matters.
apologizing. That's funny.
Thanks, my balls.
We're just arguing semantics now.
Keith says, "How dare you get that thing that I didn't know wrong?" Rabble, rabble, rabble. Yeah.
Well, we got it right. So
We got it
screw
right.
you.
Yeah.
It just took us
Aha.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
Too
this
much
is
bacon on the table.
This is a really cool send off as well. 1950 points. Double
Two
warlord.
warlords, yeah.
Very cool.
Good. It's a good list. Yeah, and he's a good player. Great guy. I'm happy he's flying all the way from Toronto area because he's not in Toronto. I know.
My balls
say that.
is we've known him on the channel for a while now, and
I think he's one of the assistant coaches for Team Canada. I think.
cool.
Yes, and they said his
Nice.
name was Simone in the printed like all the list for all,
Oh, I
all
think-
the lists for
I think
Worlds
they got
are out.
him right. It was just that it was supposed to be Simon instead of Simone.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, that's right. It was a funny joke. Yeah, no,
Cool.
it's gonna be good to see him again before he goes off to Worlds.
And very best of luck, with the Bone Splitters. I think it's really
Bone
cool.
Splitters, Bone Splitters. And that was like the vote you guys had on that channel. That was like hands down. It was 100% Bone Splitters. Nobody else voted for any army.
That was so cool. Yeah, I would have done the same, but I couldn't. Yeah.
Splitters.
Apparently, he is actually in Toronto, though.
Oh, he is in Toronto. Okay. Not as far as North Victoria,
That's true.
Vancouver.
Or Vancouver. Yeah, we got you by I forget how many kilometers, like 100 kilometers or something.
A few hundred kilometers.
said
yeah,
there's-
Google that.
You said there's 3 people from BC coming. I know Kenrick and I are coming. Who's the third? That's oh, sorry.
Here, okay, I'll spin the wheel while you're doing that.
Sounds good.
Wheel
The guy with the
of
really knight-like name from BC. Or sort of B.
Knight-like.
Bobo.
Bison. Oh, sorry.
Bobo's from Alberta.
Colossal. Oh, never mind then.
Daniel Smith.
Daniel Smith. Here we go.
Hammers.
More
of Sigmar.
Stormcast.
Stormcast.
Scions of the Storm. Okay.
He has not played a game of this GHB, so it's gonna be great.
Wow. Just coming at the end.
This is
this is Jeff's buddy.
Yeah, Jeff's buddy. Perfect.
I'm going to try and fumble my way through this list again.
Please.
So, Signs of the Storm, which means he can drop down, is 2,000 points, so his triumph doesn't matter. Hammers of Sigmar, it is a sub-faction, once again, can confirm. He's got a Celestant Prime, which the big thing with that is that it's got a shooting attack, which is a bubble, basically. I think everything in 6 inches of a point that he picks within like 18 or 24 inches just takes D3 mortal wounds. So it can be splashing that. However, every turn it's kept up in the sky, it gets more attacks when it comes down.
Plus 2 attacks per turn, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like a lot. And it's like a not chill attack profile.
No, it's very strong.
That's how I would describe it.
and he can also auto charge.
Yes. Auto charge on 12. Then he's got an Aetheric Navigator, which is kind of interesting. So he will be able to roll his 6 dice, and he's really just hoping for 1s, I think, to have something's move characteristic and deal some mortal wounds. If those wounds are allocated, then a Lord Arcanum Griff Charger, which is his general and has Master of Magic. It's got the Mirror Shield, which I can't quite remember what that is.
That's you can't shoot him unless you're really close.
Sorry?
You can't shoot him unless you're really close. It's like 9 inches, I think.
Okay, gotcha. And then Scintillating Trail.
That one I don't.
Moving on.
I'm sorry.
The Celestial Prime, his shooting thing is pick a point within 24. Everybody within 3, every enemy within 3 takes D3.
It used to be a straight line, but now
yeah. And then his hammer, he's got Gauls so it's
that's
3
true.
attacks.
Kale,
it's plus 2 every turn he's in reserve.
Kale makes good point. It is friggin' Galmoraz, so it should be.
It's the
Warhammer. Yeah.
The hammer. 3s, 2s, -3 rend, 3 damage. You hit him for 2 turns, so he's got 7 attacks. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and he's got a 4-4. It's pretty spicy.
4 on 8 wounds, right?
Yeah.
8 wounds, 3+8. Yep.
Then he's got 2 units of Vindictors for battle line. What is his call for aid? Oh, it wasn't listed on here.
Oh.
It's probably... Or sorry, what is his holy command? Sorry.
Yeah, it's usually call for aid.
It's usually call for aid. Then he's got 2 units of Dracothian Guard Fulminators, which slap super, super hard on the charge. And then not on the charge. They're still... Like, the dudes on top are, like, 3 times less slappy, in fact, but the mounts can still hit. Then he's got 3 units of Long Strikes, which... Yeesh. That's... some ranged punishment for sure. This army doesn't really have like a core castle that's going around, but it's definitely it's going to reach out and it's going to smack something.
Yeah.
No home base, just infinite threat range.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone should probably let him know to add a holy command.
Yeah, Kale said could be shoot hero phase long strikes.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself. Yeah.
Yep.
Or you could get AIDS.
Could get AIDS.
Yep.
That's true. Yeah. That's not good.
I mean, reinforcing or getting a unit back, that's great, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
Cool list.
Very cool.
Scary.
Indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can do 1 or 2 more, and then I got a jet. So what are we hoping for?
Who are we missing here? What do you think?
James.
Who?
You guys want to talk about James's list?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, let's do that one last.
Okay, so we'll do one more wheel and then we'll go to James.
Mine, yeah.
Okay. Or do you want to do yours? What's yours?
Do mine. Yes, do mine.
Okay.
It's the same as it was the last time we reviewed it.
Oh.
How exciting.
Yeah, how exciting. Hasn't changed since LVO. Sweet. Actually, no, sorry, it did change. It went down 30 points. I'm the lowest points at this event at 1920.
Nice. Guild of Summoners. You want to take us through it?
Yeah, I think I got this one.
Chickens.
Riley Picklick doing here. We got Guild of Summoners, Master Destiny. He needs face value of 9 or more of the Destiny dice, which is only he can do.
Yep.
Abominable for a triumph at 1920. It's a guarantee in this event. Curseling is a general. Shaman of the Chilled Lands.
Nice.
Artifact that powers the Secret Eater on his
What's the
staff,
Secret Eater?
which is D6 attacks. So you pick one weapon profile. Every hit of a 6 gets me a Destiny dice back. It doesn't state if it's melee or shooting. So they're both D6 attacks. Every 6 I get another thing back. It's cool. His shooting attack is D6. 3s, -1 damage. 18-inch range. Spell, he got Glimpse of the Future and Shield of Fate, so pop that ward save. And
in addition to all the
other ones.
Yeah.
He's a two caster. If I go second, he's a 3 caster. Kairos Fate Weaver. Pop in, getting more mortals off. +1 bubble of casting, 18-inch range. Yeah, he's good. Beacon of Sorcery. Olgroid, Thermitage with Arcane Suggestion, Shield of Fate. Get the word save. If not, and the Arcane Suggestion is the debuff. Magister on disc is Glimpse of Future and Merciless Blizzard. So he's got 16-inch move to run around. And splash left. His War Scroll spell is D3 Mortals. If anybody's slain, turn them to a Chaos Spawn, or in my case, a Toad. He's also a Locust. Battle line, I have 10 Acolytes with 3 Glaives and the shields. I have another 10 Acolytes with 3 Glaives and shields. I have 20 Acolytes with 6 Glaives and shields.
Whoa.
They each cast 1 if they have 9 or more models in the unit. And they have the +1 to Ren and shooting only. That's stackable, so you can put all 3 of them on the big unit of 20 shots. So give it 3 Ren. So that could be a little scary. Corvus Cabal, deep strike in your backfield, can't be seen if it's in cover, so you can't target with shooting or magic, so you have to go up and slap it, or sitting in your backfield. Splintered Fang, the amount of mortals I can do with that, it's 32 attacks if everybody's in, 6s are mortals. I like to stack the Hoarfrost onto it and really hit it good. Because it's 4s and 2s, no Ren 1 damage, so putting it to a low hit or Rend is scary. I also have a Cockatrice. People hate it. I love it. Start of the combat phase. Pick a unit within 6. Roll a dice on a 4+ D3 mortal wounds. If any wounds are suffered, that unit only hits on 6s.
It's insane.
Yep.
Wow. And then the 3.
3 on the spell, the Burning Sigil, the Demonics, the Double Bird Head, and the Emerald Lifeswarm just heal my heroes around a bit. A Warlord and a Vanguard for 1920.
It's really
created
good.
with punk rock, snare drums, and a bass solo.
Yeah, but things to note is both your Splintered Fang, your Corvus Cabal, and your Precious Little Cockatrice are all fucking off to the old world.
Yeah.
Take
next
that,
summer,
Fifi.
and next summer. It's great. Like I said, this is the Going Out in Style tour for everybody's army.
This is your farewell tour.
Jeez.
Yeah, farewell tour.
Oh man. Hopefully they add a little bit of. They add some things back, or they do something. Hey, that's.
No, it's fine. It was just extra points that made things good because I don't like scores. So it was awesome.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like maybe they'll make Zangors
fun
good again or something.
I have other
1920 points. That's interesting. What's that about?
I can't get another endless spell, so I'm sitting at 1920. It was 1950, and then I dropped 30 points. Actually, I dropped 50 points, and one of my units went up 20 points.
Jeez.
So I was like, oh, 1920. I can bring a Chaos Spawn, but I could just keep popping them myself with the endless spell and the other spell. I could bring Gores, but why?
You could take out Emerald Lifeswarm and like make it like a bigger spell, but like I'm not sure what that would be.
I have enough casting Immortals alone.
You like the Emerald Lifeswarm, hey?
Yeah, especially like you're gonna start hitting my heroes who have ward saves, and I can just be like, go heal D3, heal D3. Okay,
that's fair. Interesting.
I want spells to be alive to summon more chickens, and then the combo play I've learned, especially how I beat No Myriad at LVO. You summon a chicken with a sword and flaming weapon.
Yeah.
Because you pick a spell when you summon a bird or a wizard, and then the next turn you give him flaming weapon, and he walks in and does 4 damage, and on 4 attacks, and kills things with no myriad. It's really fun.
That's cool. I like.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope he does good in the event. I'm really rooting for him.
We're all rooting against him, but that's fine.
Hey, it's not as bad as goddamn Carson. But Actually, no, I gotta say good things. Yeah, you go, Carson. You go. Yeah.
No. How dare you?
Awesome.
One weakness is genuine kindness.
Damn it.
Yeah. Or any kindness.
You can't be up nice me. We want to hit James's list here because Mike might leave the chat. He's already laughing. James knows it. MPO for life. James Sylvaneth Heartwood.
Okay.
What's Heartwood do again?
Heartwood is the Kurnoth become battle line. It's the same one as before. You pick 3 enemy units and you get +1 to hit against them in shooting and melee.
Right.
You got Spirit of Durthu. He's got.
What's Baron Icecape for Grand Strat? That's the stay out of the middle and kill all artifacts.
Oh right.
Yeah. No enemies. No enemies in the middle. Kill all artifacts.
Within 6 inches. Yeah.
Oh, and then the Season of War is the Reaping.
Reaping.
Oh,
Reaping.
I haven't seen that one in a while. It's not the one where you get the extra range on the forests.
I'll pull it up. Right. Give me 2 seconds. It is at 3 inches to 7th.
Oh, it is. Okay, power. Crazy. I was like, I don't.
Huh. The Durthu yo-yo.
That one's really good, actually. Like that's what I was looking at, because, it's just like the range on it. It just makes it go from something that's like, barely maybe to like, okay, I'm fine. I really like that. Okay.
So he's got Belthanos.
That is so sweet. Andy runs that locally, with your Kurnoth hunters. He's just so good.
He's good.
And then
Spear Durthu, General.
Yep. What's Gnarled Warrior? That one I don't know. He's got the Greenwood Gladius as well, which adds the D3 attacks.
Is that the one that
ignores modifiers, positive, negative, 2 save rolls for attacks?
Whoa, that's so good on a 3-up, like big beefy boy.
3-up Ethereal. Super cool.
And then Lady of Vine, same thing as before. She's casting out that ward bubble, 5-up.
What's he do for his weapon or his artifact on Durthu or whatever is?
Oh, that's the Greenwood Gladius. It's what I said before. It's D plus D3 attacks to the Gladius attacks.
D3 attacks, yeah.
Which with crazy good damage on it. He's quite the hammer. And then you got the Kurnoth Hunters with great swords. And you got another unit of Kurnoth Hunters with great swords. It's just a pack of 3. But then only 210 points. It's really strong. They're throwing out mortals.
Tree revs.
Yep, for the teleportation.
And our favorite guy in the universe, Gotrek Gunnarsson. Everybody, give it up for Gotrek. Everybody. We all love him. Everybody except Mike.
Dildo sucking cock, that guy.
Yeah. He is. They got to do something about him in 4th, I think. Like,
it's called the Legends.
Yeah.
Where he fucking belongs with his bullshit-sized base.
Oh man, you know what?
Loser.
You're not wrong. Like,
no, I know.
Honestly, like
he's a shit.
Like, I love the character, like the books, especially the ones by Darius Hinks. If you're looking for Age of Sigmar, obviously the ones by King were super good, but William King. But like, but I don't know. Like, he's so hard to like make lore appropriate, but also like not like this crazy
playable
NPE.
in the games.
Yeah.
We've talked and figured out how to make them better. One, you can't re-roll successful hits and wounds, so you can't fish for 6s.
I'd like to find out where the translation from 3 damage to D6 mortals in addition fucking came from. Like, I feel like whoever made this profile was just like handed it to some like asshole 40K writer and was like, make me a Primarch to put in this perfect game so I can ruin it. And then they came up with this asshole.
Wait, so Mike, I'm sensing some negativity here. Are you saying you don't like Gotrek?
No, I hate Gotrek.
Okay, that's fair.
I passionately despise that stupid little ginger. He needs to go into some other game.
He's in lots of games.
Well, you know what? He can stay in those ones. He can leave the fun one. Yeah, that's a dumb game too. I don't want to talk about Warcry.
I'm pretty sure he's not in Warcry.
He is going to Warcry War Scroll.
No freaking way. Is he just the whole?
He came with the White Dwarf.
What?
Yeah, it is. It's just him. Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean,
stupid.
He could be.
Hey, this is our game about skirmishes between guys who aren't really good at anything, but they slap fight. Oh, but Gotrek entered the chat, and it's like, okay, so like you just win.
There's also a giant in Warcry, which makes no sense because he's got like 40 wounds.
Yeah. Dominic says he's very positive. Positively hates Gotrek. That's true.
Yeah.
God can't kill him in one turn. That's fine. Interesting.
Awesome. No one can kill Broad in one turn.
He can kill Broad in one turn.
That's probably true.
He could kill most things in one turn.
Yeah, for sure.
They did the matchup on Warcom, and he took everything. Archeon, Nagash, Teclis, he took them all. He was the champ. Well,
Teclis isn't that's not much of a flex. That's like, cool, you like when pushed over the kid in the wheelchair. Wow, you're so tough.
It's annoying that if he kills Kragnos as well. Like Kragnos.
Yeah, he can smack Kragnos.
Kragnos Dominos.
What the funny thing with him is that like you can kill Gotrek with all the like weirdest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
gores,
like
ungore shooting.
Like kangaroo archers.
I did it with Reavers, Namarti Reavers.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of like a bajillion, attacks. But
yeah. Well, like because Cruel Boys can turn off his ward save, which is always fun. Same with the Nurgle Demon Prince.
That's true.
There's
a few things out there.
Kangaroo archers that don't allow wards. Sigvald, if you roll high enough, he can do it.
Right.
Yeah. I always loved in Bounty Hunters, you can bring Gotrek in the Bounty Hunter Battalion. That was so funny then. It's like extra damage, even better.
Oh man. Well, listen, guys, I gotta jet, but this has been an absolute pleasure. Best of luck with the tournament. I hope it's a blast. I hope everyone has a fantastic time. Some of the best prize support I've ever seen. So yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
If you see Kenrick or I, I'll definitely be handing out meat dice to anyone that comes up to me. We're going to be giving dice to our opponents too, and of course, gifting some dice to our lovely tournament organizers, so we'll have that for you there. And then one last mention as well, we are bringing just a bunch of dice if anyone wants to buy some, the like Kraken dice or meat dice or anything like that. But as I said, we're giving some away too. This is just for like if you want a bunch of them.
Nice.
But yeah.
Sweet.
Thanks for coming on, Beefy and Mike. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate the showing off our tournament.
Our pleasure. Awesome. And if you made it this far, bless you. I forgot to say, like and subscribe and all that jazz. Yeah. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for coming on. See you guys.
Take it easy.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.